Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time.
The best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you know it.
With the tears in my eyes.
The cream of the crop. Acknowledge me.
What's up, everybody? Here we are. It's episode 316 of Top Rope Nation. Ryan Drosty, Justin Joint, Jesse Velasquez, and a very special guest who I will give the full intro to momentarily. But since it's episode 316, of course, we got to talk a little Stone Cold Steve Austin. Justin Joint, are you ready for this one?
It is so dumb how nervous I get for these drafts. Like, it was literally like starting this morning, I could start feeling the butterflies in my stomach. And I have no idea why. I mean, there's not true stakes other than pride, you know, and that you have a good draft. But boy, I sure was feeling the pressure. But I gotta imagine, you know, not as much pressure as other people because, you know, I didn't write a book about Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No pressure, guest. No pressure at all.
Boy, oh boy, that's those are fighting words, my friend. Those are fighting words. No,
Jesse,
I mean, I gotta say, I'm a little nervous too. You know, now that you threw that out there, it's like I gotta. Now I feel like I need something really rare, really like, you know, some kind of deep cut of Steve Austin to make my list. But hey, you know, it's going to be a blast. Beer's cold. You know, how can you do a Steve Austin show without some beers? So
just for the record, Zach, I had to come after you because this is my revenge draft because you Jedi mind tricked me in our TV match auction draft.
What did I do?
You nominated a match and I think you started off the bid at like $10. And I was like, I like that match. I'll play along for a little bit. And so I went $1 more. And then you just opted out. Nobody else wanted it. And it was mine. I was like, God damn it.
I think Jeff Hardy versus The Undertaker. Yep,
that was
correct?
It.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. I need to get some money off the table. I had to get some money off the table.
Well, Jesse, how you doing? I'm gonna introduce him right now though, because he's talking. You know the voice if you're here on the SEScoops YouTube channel, because he hosts a show 2 nights earlier than us every single week. He's been on the pod many times before. My colleague at SEScoops, and also, as we said, as Justin just alluded to, the author of the upcoming book, Stunning the Wrestling Artistry of Steve Austin. Zach Haydorn, welcome back, sir.
Oh man, guys, it is a pleasure to be here. This is going to be a really fun time. Been looking forward to this since you kind of tossed it out there for episode 316 a few weeks back. And so, hey, thanks for having me. You guys are the best, and I always love joining you. So this is going to be a blast. I appreciate it.
I was going to count it up. You've been on the show a number of times. I don't know exactly how many times, but quite a few times over the years. So it's always fun. We've gotten to hang out in person a few times. All 4 of us were together immediately before All Out this year in Chicago at that pizza place. So
that was great.
Always great to have you on.
Man, yeah, seriously, you guys, it's so good. Like, it's so good to kick back and just talk wrestling with you guys, and this is going to be really fun. So I feel honored to be on this show because it's a I mean, what a cool topic. It's awesome.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you a little bit about the book before we get going. But before I do, Jesse is just kind of awkwardly sitting over there in his Dwayne Johnson t-shirt. So
well, that's why you've been ignoring him this whole time, right?
Jesse Velasquez has The Rock on for the Steve Austin draft. Somewhere Tim Jensen is scowling right now. Jesse, how are you doing?
What?
Yes.
Was waiting for that to come out.
Finally, wait, wrong pod. So yeah, I'm doing the Steve Austin goatee rock hybrid, so that must make me for this evening. L.A. Night, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, whoa! That's a Scud missile.
My God.
I'm doing really well this evening. I'm super excited. I'm gonna tell a quick story before we go back to Zach. So most people know how I found your podcast and how we linked up. So I listened to a couple of back episodes, but the first current episode that I ever listened to was the fantasy draft you guys did with the greatest TV matches of all time. And that immediately hooked me on this show.
Nice. That's awesome.
Immediately. So I'm very thankful I found the episode, and now I'm here live and in the flesh with these three gentlemen, all in one place. And much like Kyle on the Saturday Night's Main Event pod that we did for Patreon, this is the first time I get to have all three of you at the same time on a show.
Awesome.
Because I've had you all on my show.
Yeah. First time,
Awesome.
yeah, first time you've done a draft, right?
Yes.
Very
Pump.
good.
Oh.
New
So
blood.
he's really feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, we always got to throw this out right away. And Zach, this is something new we have started because when we were at the pizza place before All Out, one of our patrons, Sean Skelton, told us that one of his favorite parts on the show every week is when we talk about what's in the glass at the very beginning. So ever since then, I've made a point to always do this. And so for the Steve Austin draft, Jesse, what do you have in the glass tonight?
Couldn't find any broken skull. They don't sell it here in the Twin Cities. Didn't want to. I don't know if Hudson, Wisconsin carries it, which isn't too far from where I am, but I was too lazy to look. I know what Steve Austin drinks outside of that. I'm like, that's no. Miller Lite, no. So found something with a skull on it, and I know all three of you are going to appreciate this. A tall can of zombie dust, Three
Whoa.
Floyds.
Holy shit.
I've never seen a
Damn.
tall can of it like that. Holy
That is
smokes, awesome.
boy, that puts my drink to shame. I mean,
That's a big boy.
that is.
I love the solo beers because it doesn't take much, but then you kind of hit that tipping point. I'm looking forward to hitting the tipping point at some point in time. But yeah, Zombie Dust is as you all know, a phenomenal choice. So I was really happy to see it here.
Incredible. What do you have in the can? I think I heard you open the can. Zach, what do you got tonight?
I have a beer called Charlatan. It's an American pale ale from Maplewood, which is like a Chicago brewery. It's small, but you could probably get it in a lot of different places. But it's crisp. I was late. I was too lazy to like go to Binny's and get Broken Skull. That was my plan when I woke up this morning, and it just didn't happen. So Charlatan it is. Cheers.
I've had some Maplewood. Son of Juice, right?
Son of Juice is another really good one. Yep.
Really
yep.
good. Yeah.
We had
Really
that
good.
last fall at All Out, correct? 22?
Yes, that's where at least that's what I was drinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we all followed your lead there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
It's good.
What about you, Justin?
Well, I mean, I had every intention of having a Steve Weiser, for the pod, for the draft. But I've got a little bit of a cold. Battling it. It's not too bad, a little bit. So, and you guys know my rules. If I'm kind of sick, I like to keep my liquor clear.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the Stone Cold draft, so I'm going Steve Weiser.
Yes.
Did you pick
Let's
that up
go.
specifically for this? Did you have Miller Lite?
Nope, picked it up for this.
Beautiful.
Because he was going back, Zach, and looking to see what exactly Steve drank in the ring most nights, and he figured out like usually it was Miller Lite. Once in a while, Natty Light. Jeez.
Yeah, that's the weird one. I don't remember that
Natty.
one. There was quite a bit of Coors Light in there, which if I'm going to drink Miller Lite or Coors Light, as of right now, I kind of go back and forth. But as of right now, I prefer Miller Lite. So I went with that.
Nice. Well, I have a Three Floyds beer as well, Jesse. This one is Lunar Throne Hazy India Pale Ale. Came in the mix pack. with
Oh,
like
that's
4
good
different
stuff.
beers.
I like the can.
Nice.
Pretty solid. I do have a second beer in case I go through the first one. I'll keep you posted if I have to open that one tonight. I don't have a beer the size of Jesse's, so I might need a second one. So
Thank you, Top 10 Liquors in St. Louis Park, Minnesota. And if there is a large Minnesota contingency listening to this pod, I thank you because I literally hit up every single person I know that watched the Attitude Era and loved Steve Austin. So enjoy because you're going to have a lot of fun with the four of us this evening.
I see David Jenkinson in the chat and Michael, his brother. David, though, asked, are the results of this draft going to be posted on Twitter? So, yes, like we usually do, once we get all of our match collections together, I'll make a graphic. I'll put it up on Twitter. There will be a poll where listeners can vote who they think won the draft, and we'll celebrate that next week on the pod. That will be your moment of pride if you win this draft. We'll see. Now, Zach, I mean, you wrote a book on the guy, so no pressure or anything. But man, you got to pull ahead here. It's got to be a
You guys are
selling
getting in my
point
head with
for your
this.
book.
Get in my head.
I don't
That's the
think
goal.
I don't think we've ever done it before, but shouldn't we put up a poll in our Facebook group too?
And
that
like
is an
combine 'em
option.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that.
For
sure.
those who are on the Facebook page but not Twitter.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Maybe we'll just keep it to the Facebook group. Those are our most dedicated listeners. You never know about these people on Twitter X these days.
All those
knows?
bots. They love Steve
Yeah.
Austin matches.
Have you noticed, like, every time you tweet now, immediately some porn account likes it? Like,
Oh,
every
man, it's
single time I
horrible.
send a post,
It is
it's immediate.
horrible.
Jesus.
Oh man, I thought there were actually girls who liked me. Heartbreaking to hear the
Well,
truth.
those do.
Oh, okay. Whew.
It's just me. It's just for me. And Ryan, apparently.
Yeah. Actually, those are all my burner accounts, Justin. I'm just trying to All right, so Justin's going to break down the rules in just a second for the draft, and we're going to get underway. But before we do, Zach, I mentioned it. You've got the book on Steve Austin coming out. If you have any updates on that, you can share. But my biggest question for you was, what was your process in writing that book? I mean, approximately how much time did you put into watching old matches, and like how much of the catalog did you go through? Because I'm expecting some deep pulls from the some deep cuts from Steve Austin's archive here.
Yeah, man. Gosh, writing the book was so cool. It was really a fun process. And I mean, basically I started by just, so the book's about his career, but it's not biographical in terms of like, hey, he was born on this day and then he went to school here. It's more about his career from a match perspective in the ring. So what I did was I first outlined, the eras of Steve Austin's career. So, his rookie time, then his time as Stunning Steve, time in the Hollywood Blondes, after the Hollywood Blondes, ECW, Ringmaster, Stone Cold, heel, and, kind of the last run. And that's how it kind of broke out. So basically, like, after I had that mapped out, I just got to like dive in and like watch hundreds of matches from those eras, pretty much. And that's how I started, just going through and like, finding matches, watching, network stuff at the time on Peacock and just like on YouTube. A ton of stuff is on YouTube, as you can imagine. And that's when I started the book started falling into place of like, okay, I definitely want to analyze. I definitely want to, like, in long form, analyze XYZ match, but these other 15 I can just talk about in shorter form. And so then that's what I did. And I pretty much went through his entire career. I don't know. I should count how many matches I watched, because I do have it written down, but I mean, it's, it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And that part was so fun because you really, when you watch it the way that I did, and I didn't watch it necessarily in chronological order, just because of like the schedule of like writing the book. There were some sections I needed to spend more time on, like, the Stone Cold time period. I knew a lot about that already, and I, had watched a lot of that already. So that didn't need as much of my like attention. So I remember I did that first to try to like get the ball rolling and like, get a little momentum. But other eras, like, his first few years, like in the USWA, that I'd known about, but I mean, really digging in and watching like the feud with Chris Adams and watching, the stuff with Genie and that kind of thing, like that all was like really, really, really fun. So yeah, so it took about, it took about like 10 months all in to like get it all on paper as a first draft. And then I went back and then of course edited it and like made changes and spent, a bunch of time doing that. And so it's a process. It is for sure a process. I actually, for the first time, it's so funny that this show lined up, but I held an e-copy of it for the very first time on my Kindle on Friday, on last Friday, which was supremely cool. The book went up for pre-order on 3/16/23 this past year. Everybody is going to be getting everybody who bought a pre-order copy of the book will be getting their e-copy within the next 5 days, probably. And then the hard copy will ship soon after, and then it'll be up on Amazon for everybody to buy soon after that, hopefully in time for anybody who wants to, stuff stockings with, a Steve Austin book. But it was really fun. I can't wait for people to read it because I've read it too many times, and it's like I can't really even tell whether or not I even like it anymore because I've read it so many damn times. Someone else needs to read this. I can't wait for you guys to read it, and hopefully everybody out there can pick up a copy once it goes on sale again.
Is the hard copy available for pre-order on Amazon?
Not anymore. It'll be so we shut down pre-orders. We took pre-orders for about 2 months over the summer, and then had to get that to the printer, as a first round. And then once everybody who pre-ordered gets their their hard copy, then you'll be able to log on to Amazon and pick it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can't wait to read it. I know a ton of people in our Facebook group pre-ordered it, and there's a lot of discussion when it first went up about that. I know Tim Jensen's really looking forward to reading it. He's a huge Steve Austin fan. He did our logo for us way back when, and dedicated patron of the show, and a bunch of other people. So yeah, I mean, when this goes up for global order on Amazon, we'll definitely put the link up in the Facebook group. We'll mention it on the show. We'll talk about it on the show once we've had a chance to read it and everything too, but really looking forward to it. Congrats on that, Zach. That's a huge step.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It'll be really fun to get it into people's hands and hear what they think, good or bad, I think at this point. But I'm proud of it. I'm really proud of it. And I think people are going to enjoy it. Even if you don't know Steve Austin, I think you can pick this up and understand his career and have a good time, reading about it. So, hell yeah.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. All right, let's get this draft underway. Justin Joint, what are the rules? How are we doing this?
So this is an auction draft. We will have a draft order, but that really just serves to, when it is your turn, you will nominate your match and start with an opening bid. And then the bidding is open to everybody. The one kind of rule is you can only bid up to where you will still have enough money to fill out the rest of your board. So if you bid almost all of it with your first pick, that means you have to have at least $4, $1 each for your last 4 picks.
Are we doing $5 increments still?
I don't think it matters. I think we can kind of go
we talked
wherever
about we were going to do $5 increments, so we couldn't just keep outbidding by $1. Do you care?
I say let's just play that smart. Obviously, all of us have experience podcasting, and if we're starting to do that, we'll realize it's getting a little boring.
Okay. All right. So you need at least $4 if you have 4 matches left. Is kind of the rule. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So our draft order, and I'm going to attempt to keep the results going on a bottom line ticker here. I have it set up. I'll just put it up on the screen now for those of you watching. But it's got a draft order. It's going to have the running balance that someone has next to their name out of 100. So right now we all have 100. And then I'll try to list the matches, at least in brief form, that they have picked as we go. We'll see how long I can keep up at least. But Jesse is number 1 for the nominations at least. And so without any further ado,
oh boy,
let's
okay.
Stone Cold / Stunning draft underway. Round 1, Jesse Velasquez, what are you nominating and what is your opening bid?
I'm going to let the top 2 guys there just sit back, relax here. We're not going to open up with the one that's going to hit the floodgates. We're going to open up with arguably the most controversial one amongst the Top Rope Nation Facebook group and probably us. Steve Austin versus The Rock, WrestleMania 17, Houston Astrodome. This is as controversial as it gets, especially with the discussion I've heard over the course of this year. We're going to start this bidding to test the waters at a clean $20.
$20. That is a steep price, but it's high on my board. It's really high on my board.
I mean, you can make the argument that this match was kind of apex mountain for Stone Cold Steve Austin. One of the biggest shows in history, one of the biggest matches, a match that I think for the most part is kind of beloved. I think it just comes down to that ending when he makes that ill-advised heel turn.
Yeah, that's always the match. That's always what hangs me up on this match. But even I say that though, and it's still one of my favorite matches because of the spectacle around like the event.
Mm-hmm.
You've got at the peak Attitude Era two of the biggest stars maybe in the history of wrestling in a match colliding head on, and it put a cherry on top of a tremendous show too. So I think there's a lot of like background noise around this match that help it. I'm gonna say 23.
I mean, it's also the issue of when you think about people voting on your match list. If you want to win this draft, it's just like one of those 3 or 4 iconic matches that might help you get votes too. So there's always that kind of playing in the back of my mind when I've done these drafts before is, will people vote for me if I have this? Does it increase my chances of winning? And this is one that I think does.
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah. So you're at 23.
23. And not $1 more.
There were a couple times on the TV draft that we did where you outbid me like by $1, but then you're like, but then if you outbid me for another $1, you can have it.
You can have it. I'm not willing to play that card right yet. Not yet.
I don't know, man.
Justin, are you out or are you just like thinking? Are you thinking?
I'm waiting.
Quiet. You've been quiet.
I know. I'm waiting to see what Ryan's going to bid, and I don't know. I have a little bit of a strategy, and I don't know if it involves X7.
Okay.
I'm out on this one.
Out? Oh no, we can't let Zach get it for $23.
Oh yes, you can. You can.
I think that would be the steal of the draft.
He gets extra money. What are you talking about?
Oh
yeah,
man.
You guys don't know this, but I've got $150 in my pocket.
Jesse, are you going to make another bid? You going to top it?
25.
All right. That's a little bit better.
Yeah, we're getting to kind of where we're getting to the point where it probably should be. But I'll go 27.
I still think we're in the steal range for the price of this match, regardless of how we feel about how it turned out in the end.
Which is why
the match
30.
itself is really good.
Yes.
30.
I even like Stone Cold going chair crazy at the end.
Yeah.
It's just the heel. Like Austin said himself, if he had just, when they went for the handshake with Vince at the end, if he had just stunned him, I think this would be a borderline like 5-star match for me.
I remember, and I do talk about this in the book. The start of that match is like one of the best starts to a wrestling match that I think I've ever seen. Like just the energy, and then instead of like, and I think, and not that this is a bad match, but like, when Sasha Banks wrestled Bianca Belair and the match started and they had that moment where they were just kind of looking at each other, looking at the crowd.
Yeah.
And like, it was a great moment. This was great for an entirely different reason. Like the rabidness of the Attitude Era just like exploded, and like Austin attacks like right out of the gate, sets the tone for the entire thing. So that being said, I will go 32.
Ooh. Here we go.
Justin's excited now.
I freaking love this stuff.
33.
All right. You can have it at 33. You can have it at 33.
Justin?
I'm out.
I'm out.
All right. Jesse Velasquez, WrestleMania 17. 30.
You know that more than a quarter of your money is gone now.
That was not on my bingo card.
Really?
No. I have this match rated a lot lower than most of you. Honestly, I was trying to extract $1 more from you, Zach, and I was going to stop.
I thought
Good
about
play.
getting in there once we got to like 25. Like maybe I should be bidding, but I don't know. I have a bit of a strategy too.
This list that I'm looking at, I'm just like, wow, and more wow. So
you want to know what's hilarious is that I have a strategy too, and this match on my board is like, you need to get this match to get your strategy done, and now I don't have it. So thanks a lot, Jesse.
There we go. I got it on the bottom line. Jesse has $67 left. And he has
All right.
versus the
Oh, that's
Red.
cool. That is a cool. That's
go.
cool.
Very nice. All right. So time for my nomination, huh?
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
All right. I am nominating for $1. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Triple H at No Way Out 2001, the 3 stages of hell match.
$1.
$1.
Let's stop playing games here and go 15.
This was the first match I watched on Monday.
Oh.
I'll reveal my ranking of it on my list when this is over. I'm actually going to jump in here, and I'm going to go 18.
I'll go 20 on it. Justin?
Oh, I'm
20.
out. I'm out. I don't even know if I like this match.
Wonderful.
20.
This is a match people love.
Yeah, I'm curious as to why you don't like this match, Justin. I think
for me, it drags a little bit. Not even a little bit. It drags kind of a lot of it.
The finish is a little convoluted too, with the double, the chair and the maybe it's like a belt and a sledgehammer. They both hit each other at the same time, and like Triple H falls on Austin at the end.
And it might have been part of it is that I didn't get to see it live. I loved the idea of the match. And so I was so looking forward. And then like it had great buzz coming out of it. So my expectations were super high. And for me personally, it didn't live up to it.
And I think the finish protected Steve Austin, especially when you look into how he was going into the main event with the match that I just took. Yeah, like I said, I'll reveal the rest after this. I'll go +1, 21.
21.
I feel like this is a value play at this point. So 22.
I'm out.
20.
I think a lot of people would be seeing this as a huge bargain.
I know. And here I am having just bid on that one match at 33.
Hey, enough out of you, Justin Peanut Gallery over there.
I just have some matches on my board
That's what I'm
determined to get. Yeah. So I'm like trying to watch my spending here. But this is definitely a bargain. What's it at 22?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if Jesse could walk away with this and X7 and the first 2 picks, that'd be pretty tremendous.
But I also look what else is there too that I want as well. So Zach, I think you just walked away with the steal of the draft.
I'll take it. I will take this match. Thank you. The other thing I want to bring about this match too is the build to this is pretty sweet. Like I remember like watching it back in the day, being like, and obviously I was, you knew that it wasn't real, but like they did a nice job of making you think that these two guys hated each other, like absolutely wanted to kill each other in this match. And then I thought, the match it does drag in. It's really long. I mean, it's really long, but it's also, I think it lays right in with like the tone of like the whole feud. Like they needed to have like that type of bloodbath match. So,
it was a top 5 match on my board, Zach.
Whew. All right.
I really liked it. Like I said, I actually did like the finish for the reasons that I outlined, but I think, the package that played up to it with obviously Austin, the most famous thing, him getting run over by the car. And we all know that Rikishi did it for The Rock.
Yes.
And just everything that moved on forward. And plus, Triple H is 2000. We all know how big of a deal that was. So you could argue that these were the two top guys in the promotion, in spite of the guy on my shirt right now, too.
And also, pretty much a no-duh best match between the two, right? There's nothing that would even come close.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yes. Like I said, I loved it. Yeah. So
At the time, a lot of people called it Hunter's best match of his career. I don't know if I would agree with that. I mean, I think I like the stuff with Mick the prior year better.
Yeah.
The Rumble match in particular, but man, it is up there. If you look at his career up till early 2001, no doubt about it. So Jesse at 67, Zach is at 78, and Justin and I got the full roll of $100 left.
Gee, what are you saving your money for?
Fans. Who knew?
All right. Well, let's get some of that money.
$33 for X7 is a better deal than $22 for 3 Stages of Hell.
I don't know about that, Michael. I don't. I don't.
All right.
But thank you.
Let's get some of this money off the board here. Let's get this. Let's get the show on the road. Austin versus Brett, WrestleMania 13. We'll start this at $20.
I see the boxing gloves coming on.
Never even heard of this match. What?
You should go watch it.
What?
Is this good? Have we ever talked about this match on the pod before?
I heard there's a good hype video beforehand. Happy accident of a match at a WrestleMania.
Speaking of hype videos, honorable mention hype video goes to the one before 17. You know, the My Way Limp Bizkit Rock Austin one.
Yeah.
Top premier level hype video.
I was gonna ask you, I almost forgot after we finished talking about that match, not to get too off track here, but real quick, because we talked about this on our classics pod. Which music video do you like better? That one or Highway to Hell? Which do you think is better?
Ooh, I think My Way's better. I think My Way's better. Yeah. Yeah.
We were kind of split on it. I think I like Highway to Hell.
I mean, they're both
one of my reasons for liking Highway to Hell, though, that I said on the show was it was one of, if not the first time they used a real song for one of those hype videos. And that really set it apart for me.
As I choke. Yes, it was. I mean, oh God. Yeah, that's a tough call, but I think My Way. I go My Way. Just like it was WrestleMania too. So, you know, that, yeah.
Anyways,
what did you start the bidding at?
On Mania 13.
$20.
$20.
I'm at 40. I'll go 40 on it right now.
50.
Half of the money roll.
Boy, I really All right.
51.
Here we go. As I watch this sad Chicago Bears team on Thursday Night Football right now, I'm just gonna channel a Bears great from the past and go 54.
Oh, all right. 60.
Oh man, you're banking on this just winning you the draft, aren't you?
No, it's not even about it winning the draft for me. It's I mean, I guess I'll just give it all away. Not that you guys don't know. It's my
strategy. Save it for the
end. No, I'm not giving away my strategy. Okay. It's my favorite match of all time. And I don't think I've ever been able to get it in a draft before. Not the WrestleMania one, not in the Bret Hart one. I just love it so much. And actually, it reminds me, we're at 60 right now, correct, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
I had a question that I wanted to bring up to you. What was the bigger catalyst for kind of where Stone Cold ended up? You know, as basically Hogan or bigger. Was it the Austin 316 promo from King of the Ring, or was it this match here? What was more important to Stone Cold? If one was wiped out, like, because part of me still thinks he kind of ends up where he does regardless. But I don't know. It seems like these are the two biggest things that happened for Stone Cold on his way up.
I'll let Zach go first.
I would like definitively say it's Austin 316 because I don't think the rest happens without that. Like he needed that. He needed that promo. He needed like that hit. Like he just needed that hit to, not that he couldn't have had this match with Brett or he couldn't have had all the good matches that came after that, but from a star making perspective, like I don't know that any of that stuff means as much until he has the Austin 316 thing. So I think like I will plant my flag in Austin 316 because it was just such a turning point.
I think I agree with you, man. And like it says everything about that promo in the shirts of how big it was that they did almost nothing with them, you know, after the promo happened. And yet his momentum stayed.
It forced him to do something. It really did. Like it forced their hand, and so yeah, I mean, like you don't even get a chance to do a double turn, you know, at WrestleMania if that doesn't happen. So yeah, definitely Austin 316 to me.
The only point I can make contrary, I think I probably agree with you guys. The only thing I could say contrary is I think, well, Brett and Austin were going to work regardless because I believe it was in May when they worked in 96 for the first time. Like Brett was off TV, but he still worked some house shows while he was away. And he worked Austin for the first time. I believe it was May, maybe it was April or early summer, sometime in there. It was pretty sure it was before, it would have been before King of the Ring then. And so Brett, you know, was impressed with him. He was one of the guys that pitched bringing in Austin WWF. So I think Brett still works with him and he still could be elevated, but you do need that character piece that promo gave him though too. Otherwise it's just, you know, Brett making this guy who you can tell is really good, but you still need something for him to catch fire. I think you still get the Brett match, obviously, regardless. But yeah, that was such a crucial piece. I mean, I can remember, like I'm wearing the shirt right now from the time period. And I can remember at the time talking with so many of my friends and everyone was talking about that t-shirt, bringing the WWF magazine to school with the ad for it. And like, I got to get this shirt. And it was huge. And like you said, Justin, even right after King of the Ring, he still wasn't doing much. He was working the pre-show at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't, you know, they did the stuff with Pillman, and that was pretty cool, but still like a lot of that was on Superstars. And so then eventually when Brett came back, it helped put him to the next level. So I don't know. That's a really good question though.
I mean, I think like it's one of those weird things too, where it's like, you need like the confluence of all of those things, I think, to get where, like, I think he would have been a big star regardless. Like, I think eventually he gets there, but without Brett, without the double turn, without us, like all of those things without Vince McMahon, like it was just like one after the next of like things fitting together perfectly to get it all the way that it was. And so, I mean, that part is fascinating. Just how many things had to click for everything to go.
Go ahead, Jesse.
I'll say, which is where you can make the argument for Steve Austin, Bret Hart. I am not going to, but you can make the point that even if he didn't have the catchphrase, that after the Hart Austin match, or even like the month or the two leading up to the match, like he probably could have come up with something. It just wouldn't have been as glorious as what's on Ryan's t-shirt. So I'm just saying that match was just that good. The double turn was that good. And then you flip the script and all of a sudden Austin just becomes a baby face. He's only a heel in Canada. And he just explodes after that match.
Yeah. Yes. And I'm sure I'm not alone on this. I wasn't a Bret Hart fan. I was a Bret Hart mark. Like I was, what was I, 15 years old? And I felt he was cheated at WrestleMania 12 when he lost to Shawn Michaels. I was like, the match is over. They're overtime. Come on, I was kind of pushing back against the Stone Cold thing a little bit because he was feuding with Bret. But when you saw this match, and especially the ending with the blood and everything, to me, that made Stone Cold undeniable. And especially as a babyface, to Jesse's point.
Well, with that being said, Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you can go 61, and then I can tell my story.
That's exactly where I was going. Ryan, are you going 61?
I'm going 61. So
He's talked himself into it.
yeah,
And he only has 78 left, so he's getting down to it. We could really
I got
push
some
Zach
real
here. He can go up technically until 75 if he wanted to.
And he's
He's got
frozen.
$3 left for his last 3 matches. What are we
So
at,
where-
62?
Where are we at right now? Are we at did somebody bid?
61. Zach got 61.
Okay.
Someone's got to
Oh.
be going up.
65.
I was going to say 64. I think I'm out at 65.
We got to give Zach the unfreeze frame to see if he wants to go Mario Lemieux on
Yeah.
this.
Come back to us, Zach.
Oh, Zach is. He's not frozen. He's just in deep thought. Right now. He
Do I
can't
go
decide what to do.
66? Do I go 66?
Yeah, this is where we need to talk over what's going on right
Oh,
now.
shit.
Folks, Justin Joint has bid $65, and we are waiting on the arrival
I-
or the
I
reemergence
don't know
of
if
Zach
he's hearing this
Haydorn.
or not. Maybe do I remove him? I'll just remove him. Make
There we go,
Force
yeah.
sign back in. Okay.
Let's get him back in here.
Boy. So
The,
Justin
the bidding was too hot. It burnt his internet.
I was curious how much this match was going to go for.
Oh,
I
wait,
knew
well,
I
we're
wasn't
killing
going to
some
get it,
time right now.
period. That's why I said, I'm like, can we go back to a standard draft? It's the only way I could have this match.
I just want to show off the shirt I'm wearing. I did this off air, but for those of you watching the stream right now, this is not one of the countless reprints of this shirt. As you'll see the block WWF logo on the back. See if you can see this. I don't know if that came through or not. This
beautiful.
is the original 316, the legendary, maybe the greatest shirt in the history of pro wrestling. It's up there.
I had one piece of Stone Cold merchandise, and it was at the peak of his fame, at the height of it. And at that point, like, I was in that frame of mind of like, when you are an early fan of a band before they blow up. Because like I was a Stunning Steve fan, and then Stone Cold got huge, and I felt like that, the band's huge now and everybody loves him. And I'm like, no, but I loved him first.
Yeah.
So he was the height of popularity. My mom got me a Stone Cold shirt. And it was, I think, the worst one they ever made. It was the one where his, arms are up in the air, but his arms are snakes.
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
I did not like that one. I never wore that shirt. It never got worn.
I like that one.
It's
You
one of
guys
the.
said- I was gonna say you guys said 65, and I shut down. So,
We know,
Justin's
yeah.
takes were so hot that
The
he
dramatic.
burned
Before
you
I
out.
go into it, though, it's one of the two most popular, or one of the two most recognizable wrestling shirts in the history. It's NWO is the only other one that rivals it.
Mhm. So do you want to go past 65, Zach?
no, I'm out. I'm out.
Jesse? No, you
Oh,
only have
heck
67
no.
left.
I was going to say, Justin's loving life
Justin's
at this
getting
point.
it.
Then again,
Ernest, Ryan, are
there's
you out?
a
Or are you going
lot
back
of
in?
matches on this board left, Mr. Jones.
So,
I don't think I can go past 65.
oh hell yeah!
I'll let you have it. I'll
Came to
step
do some
away.
business and got the business done.
Woo! $65. Justin Joint down to 35. Let me update our ticker here.
This is what's
I-
great about
I mean, arguably
auctions.
the
You can
greatest
find
WrestleMania
marks of specific matches and they blow their load on it.
I strongly considered if I was going to get the first pick, I was going to nominate this and just do $96 and make sure it was mine.
Well, see, then I mean, in that case, you got a bargain.
Exactly. I legit, like, part of my strategy is like, okay, I got to look at all these like lower, quote unquote lower Steve matches because I'm going to be bidding $1 after my first pick.
If you guys are watching and you have any thoughts on like what you would bid for these matches, top bid, I'm curious. Send us a super chat. Get featured at the show. Let us know what would be your max bid if you had $100 to spend on these. I think, man, even so, 65 is still a pretty damn good deal on this one.
The
You're
Austin
pushing me a little bit,
catalog's
but I'll-
deep.
Yes. Oh, that was going to be another point.
Yeah,
And
it is.
this is like, heresy for me to say this as a Bret Hart fan, all-time favorite wrestler. I think Stone Cold's matches go a little bit deeper than Bret's do. going because I was looking back at our Bret Hart draft, and it's like,
wow.
gosh, I think the bottom matches that I'm going to get in this one are better than the bottom ones that I got on Bret's.
I don't think I can argue with you. And everything that we're going to hit tonight is going to top Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon at WrestleMania 26.
I'm sorry, Ryan. No,
Shots
people are never gonna
fired.
Forget that one.
Shots
We'll
fired.
never forget. I don't get it. I still don't get it, but he likes it. That's a personal choice. All right.
Bret versus who?
He in the
Vince,
very last round of our
26.
Bret Hart draft, my friend, not me, not this Ryan, but my friend Ryan Huffman, who's a huge Bret Hart fan, was on the show. And in the last round, he picked Bret and Vince at WrestleMania 26, and we kind of made fun of him for it.
No. You can't pick that one. No, can't happen.
Oh, all right. So I'm up here.
You're
Last
up,
nomination.
Frosty.
There's still
Round
a
one.
lot there.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. I think I got a strategy here because I'm going to be nominating 2 in a row, right?
Yep.
Snake, yeah.
All right, I'll put it out there right now. I know there's someone in the chat who really likes this match. Austin versus Dude Love, Over the Edge 98.
Nice.
One of the greatest brawls in the history of the company. Lots of shenanigans from McMahon and the Stooges throughout. I'm going to open this one up at $30.
I'll go 32. That's the max I can bid.
Wow, this thing that got out of hand quick.
This is a great fucking match.
Yeah.
This match, this is like such an Attitude Era match. Like it is peak. I mean, it's brawling in the crowd. I mean, was this thing in the ring for more than like 5 minutes? Like throughout the whole thing, it is just straight up Attitude Era. I'm out, but it is a hell of a damn.
I think an argument can be made that this is I apologize. I keep using these kind of the same words, but this is kind of the apex of Austin and Vince, in my opinion. This match with him using Vince's hand to get the 3 count. I don't know if they reached another high as big as that one, considering their rivalry.
Jeez.
Well, I know that
I had to look at my list again.
Jenkinson in the chat, this is his favorite match of all time. I know that Kyle, this is one of his favorite matches of all time.
One of the
And
rare Kyle 5-star matches.
Yeah, so as I'm looking at this, I mean, half the price that Justin got Mania 13 at.
30.
17. It's more than the 3 stages of hell, but
Jesse just bid 33.
33.
33.
I'm out because I don't have enough money.
Yeah, I'm out. It's just no. It's not part of the strategy. I can't fall into this trap. So I'll let you two go after it.
Oh man, this has got to get a lot higher. I think this is a big time match.
Well, as a famous singer of mine once sang, we're caught in a trap and I can't walk out. I'm going 35. 35.
There, you're in it. You're in it.
I know. I see the board, my big board, and what's left. If I could walk away with 2 of my top 6 matches.
That's pretty good, man.
I know. And I'm just trying to think what these other 2 matches are going to go for. 36.
Yeah, that a boy.
Oh, there we go. That's what we like to see.
I'll go 40 on it.
Oh my. Not even.
And that's where Ryan Drosty buys the match.
There we go.
Wow.
I apologize
$40?
to Michael Jenkinson in advance.
40.
Oh,
What?
Furious.
Yes, indeed. All right. Well,
It's
that
goodbye.
leaves me with-
It's a goodbye right there.
All right, I got to update our scroll here. While I'm doing that, if you guys have any other thoughts on this match, please share. But yes, indeed. I'm happy with that.
Having gone through 1998 WWF this year like I have, this is my match of the year for 98 WWF.
Let me ask you guys this question. If you pulled away, now it's kind of it's kind of a dumb question because why would you pull away what I'm about to ask? But is it really a good match? Like it's good because it's like over as hell. Like it is over as all can be, right? Like Austin's over, McMahon, like they're in the peak of that. But like when you strip it down, I don't know if there's 10 moves that happen in this match. I
So-
really don't.
Okay. It's funny you say that because, and I think Ryan was in the same boat as me. 'Cause we covered this on Classics, correct, Ryan?
No, Jenkinson did a extra with Kyle where they
Yep.
went down and just talked about pretty
Oh,
much.
man,
just
I
this
could have
match,
sworn
remember?
we covered this or something. Because I know
It's
we
come up
talked
before. Yeah.
I know we talked to Kyle about it. And, you know, like I said,
Mhm.
this is a 5-star match for Kyle. But I clearly remember both of us watching it. And we were both like, yeah, that was good. But not like, I don't know if it was 5 stars. But the thing that takes this match, you know, over the top is how into the crowd is, and where
Yeah,
you consider
yes.
where wrestling was right now, or at that time, I should say. And these two guys, especially Stone Cold. And when you look, you know, I'm sure we have been scouring Stone Cold's matches, looking at these lists, and I mean, there's kind of a dearth of Stone Cold matches after 97 until you get to like almost 2000, 2001. There's just not much in that 98, 99 time frame when you could argue wrestling was at its biggest, when Stone Cold was at its biggest. And that's what I think is one of the reasons why this match is so important, especially to Stone Cold's catalog.
Yeah. It's undeniable. Like the audience I mean, it's
And
a huge part.
And it was full of shenanigans.
Yeah.
But they nailed it. It was so perfectly executed.
Well, it's also the style of the era, right? Like, and a lot of that's like matches during that time. A lot had all that, especially like the main event stuff. Like, had the crowd brawls and all that. And this played. So it's just, I say that just because it's like there's seriously probably not 15 moves that happened in that match. But hey,
it's a
why-
brawl. I mean, it's a great brawl though.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And Mick Foley is the unsung hero of the Attitude Era.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I just kind of felt like my strategy looking at this. There's other matches I definitely want, but I'm looking at your totals, which were I had 100 left, so I felt like even if that's an overpay, which I don't really think it's an overpay, I think it's kind of in line with some of these other matches. But I'm like,
I think
man,
it's
if I
a
can get it for 40,
very
I'll take it.
slight overpay, but yeah, I think I think it's worth it.
So I got a second one here to nominate as we start round 2. Okay, and then I think once these bankrolls get lower, this is going to go pretty quick.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be fascinating when they get lower. Yeah.
So I think this was my strategy is I was going to go to this one second. I'll go. Actually, do I want to save this one now? I'm second guessing.
We'll get him off the strategy, fellas. Off the strategy.
Okay, I'll do this one. I'll go War Games 92.
Oh,
WrestleMania 92.
Shit.
Yeah.
I was wondering when that was going to come out, man. Damn.
Yeah,
What
these
price? What
multi-man
price you
matches
dropping
are
this thing
eligible.
at?
I'm going to start it at 20.
Hmm.
25.
25.
Man.
25.
Oh,
Right out of the
man.
gate.
Fuck.
Right out of the gate. This match is awesome.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, this is a really good match. If there's
I love
anybody out there who
Foley
hasn't
throughout
seen
this
this, because it is like,
Yeah.
it's Wrestle War, it's 92. You know, I feel like there could be people that have not seen it. This is a great match. I love it. I think it was 5 stars, right?
yes,
Meltzer?
it is 5 stars. It's an absolute fucking banger. It rules. It's a fight. It's visceral. I think if you wanted to make an argument against this in this draft, I don't know how important Steve was to it. Although me, I was a viewer of WCW in this time frame, and like I already said, I was already on the stunning Steve Austin bandwagon. And what this match did was kind of bring a new dimension to him, because first man in for Dangerous Alliance almost immediately made into a bloody pulp. And it just made him look, like a badass when he had been portrayed as a pretty boy for the entire previous year.
And he gets to tangle with like the top stars of WCW in this. Like, no, it'd be wrong to say like for the first time, like he's finally in that upper tier, but this was on pay-per-view, and you had some big players in that match. So, if you haven't seen this one, guys, like definitely, whether I win it or
26.
not, go get it. Hey, on it.
Talk about reinvention of someone as well. From Stunning Steve to Stone Cold. Stunning Steve was an amazing performer.
Absolutely. It was undeniable if you watched him, like his charisma. Like I think the first time I saw Stunning Steve was against PN News. And I was like, this dude freaking rules. And I'm not talking about PN News.
When is
the PN News match draft? When are we doing that?
Well, the first nomination, PN News versus Stunning Steve Austin.
$96.
I need to be on that show.
Yo, baby, yo,
That's a lot of
baby, yo.
nostalgia for me. Watch this match 75 times. What are we at here?
26 to me.
Ooh. Boy, if Justin has Wrestle War 92 and Hart.
It depends on how much, you weigh Steve Austin's involvement in the War Games 92.
But see, I also think this is a match.
About that.
That's the thing. I think people will go, oh, hell yeah, this match rules. Like,
yeah.
So, 27.
28.
I need another beer.
Oh man.
28. So then I've got 78 left, right?
You're at 78 right now, correct? You can bid up to what was that? 75.
That's enough. That's enough.
Keep bidding.
So 70. Okay.
Jesse, you don't want to jump in here?
I'll get to it later, but no, I'm gonna restrain myself.
Okay. What are we at? 28?
28 to me, right?
Yes.
Whew, boy, that is more expensive than the Stone Cold and Triple H match. Yeesh.
I don't know if I can go 30 on this one. I just spent 40. I don't know if I should do that. I'm out.
29.
30.
Son of a bitch. It's yours. You can have it. I got bigger plans.
Okay, so
oh no,
I don't feel good about going that high in this match just because of the argument I made before is I don't know how important he is to this match specifically. Right. The reason I had to is because I had to have a Stunning Steve Austin match, and there's just I don't think there's any others I would really feel great bidding on.
Really?
No, there's lots of them I love, but this is just so heads above all the rest of them.
On my board, Justin.
Go ahead. You go.
On my board, Justin, you got the two best pure matches by a mile. It's just a matter of Steve Austin's involvement in War Games and how you feel about his importance to the match itself, I think.
I'm with Ryan on this, though. I think people will look at that and go, they'll just be like, I love that match. And why wouldn't you? It's five-star match. Yeah. I mean, like, I think you're right that he definitely is like he's a role player in that match. Like he's
agree.
But it's still really, really good at the same time.
But he's
wide open.
He's an Iguodala type role player in this match.
Oh yes. Wow.
You can't get to that 5 stars without Iguodala in this match.
I'm glad you said that instead of Andrew Wiggins, because if that was the case, nobody would vote for you.
Hey, it only took you $95 to take home those two, but you got them, Justin. So
Woo.
You're sitting pretty now.
Yeah, $5 left, and have fun with the rest of the draft, boys.
Yeah, are you going to go on mute or what?
Round 5 is going to be like all Justin joint matches for $1 each. We're all going to be out at that point. All right, it's back to Zach. What are you nominating?
All right, I am going to let me look at my board here. Let's see. There's one that I had lined up, but because of the money situation, I'm not so sure that I'm going that route anymore. So, all right. Austin Rock at 15.
Ooh, wow.
and I'm gonna drop that at $20.
That's too rich for my blood.
Well, so
times
is
as
that
much money as
PN
Justin.
News Austin match too.
Oh man, $20. I actually am higher on this match than a lot of people. I know a lot of people look at Mania 15 like such a letdown that show was, but I think as a main event, it's a pretty hot match.
I knew you were going to say that. I thought I was going to try to sneak this through, and I was like, "There's one. It's going to be
Yeah,
it's going to be Ryan Drosty that pushes this one." Because you're right. The show, I think, is really disappointing, but this main event is like, it's easy to forget the build that went into this. Like the corporation, Austin, Rock, like most popular ever. I mean, he turns babyface soon after this, like just a couple months after. Like, and it's riddled with shenanigans, the match itself, but you know, Austin gets the title back after like a 7-month chase. Like that's a pretty good like end to a WrestleMania.
You can only imagine how. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ryan.
I was gonna say, you and I talked about this match, right? Wasn't it 99 where we ran through all of Austin's pay-per-view matches when you were at the tour?
Yes, we did. Yes, in the height of the pandemic with nothing to do. Yes, we did. Yeah,
we went through and talked to every one of Austin's
99,
including the Rumble.
match.
Yeah,
That's some grunt work right there.
Yeah, there's some really good and some not so good.
Yeah. So you're at 20 on this?
I'm going 20 on this.
Boy, I mean, to have a Rock Austin match on your resume here for the vote is going to help. No doubt about it. There's a couple matches I'm holding out for. I don't know if I want to go higher than 20 on this. What are you thinking, Jesse?
I'm out.
Can only imagine how much better this match would have been if like Austin had been in a better place mentally. Because wasn't he in the midst of a divorce or something right at this time? Like he didn't even have his vest for this match.
Yeah, he talks about that quite a bit actually. That like I think that like he's like, I don't even really remember that one. Like
yeah, that's right. He came out in a shirt, didn't he?
Came out in a shirt. Yeah. Didn't even like, you know, which is so bizarre because it's not WrestleMania 17, but it's, you know, I mean, it's still peak Attitude Era. I mean, it's March 1999. Like,
yeah,
that is, you know, premier Attitude Era.
Yeah, I remember the build to this so clearly. I was in 9th grade, I believe. They had I don't know if you'll remember this, Justin. That was around when they debuted the Austin like monster truck. And they had a monster truck rally here in Waterloo, and they had the Austin monster truck there. And I remember going.
Awesome. I don't remember that.
Right before WrestleMania. Do you remember that?
I don't.
Yeah, and I remember like the guy who was driving the truck was like on his cell phone. He was like, "Oh yeah, I was just talking to Stone Cold." Probably just bullshitting, but. And that was like, it was the lead up to this show.
Well, and like this is the build that had like the beer truck. And that promo is one of my favorite promos ever. Like it really is. The one where he's on top of the beer truck, and it's not fancy, and there's not a lot of bells and whistles to it, but man, it is like stocked, loaded with intensity, and it's a great promo to sell match.
Yeah, I'm out though. I'm not gonna go more than 20 on it. I'm gonna let you have it.
All right. I'll take it.
What did he get it at? What was the price?
$20.
$20.
You got this and 3 Stages of Hell.
Rock Austin at $20.
That's pretty good.
All right. And it still has $58. Impressive.
Okay.
Maybe I
gotta think about. I gotta look at the list here and see what Ryan was holding out for. That's the game.
Oh, I know an obvious one.
I know that I know. Yeah, but
was that Zach's nomination? All right.
That was Zach's. Yeah.
Here comes the floodgates.
I with my $3 that I can bid, and I think I might get it. I think I got a shot here.
I think you're gonna get this.
I'm gonna nominate Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret Hart Survivor Series.
You got a shot.
I'm gonna need you guys to not bid in order for me to get this.
It's a little expensive for my.
What are we at now again? What did you say? $3?
Do we
I'm at.
squash your
I
dreams
have
right away?
$3. I can. Well, I got 5 total, but I can only bid 3 on this.
It's hilarious.
So do I got it? Or are you all?
No.
You guys are all out, right?
Definitely not.
That was a couple months ago, Justin.
So okay, so I have. Let's see here. I've got
You got $58.
$58 left. I will go 25.
30. I'll go 30 on it.
Damn.
Jesse's shot.
I feel like
And jump to that
Justin in our
49.
top 5 lists from 2 shows ago with the mannerisms. Like,
Oh, I think this is well worth 30. This match fucking
yeah.
rules.
it's
Yes.
very good, yes.
I mean,
I see
in ring,
some
it's
matches on this list, though. I'm like,
in ring is just as good as about anything else
Yeah.
Austin ever did.
And Ryan, your other match is Wrestle War, right?
What's that?
Your other match is the Wrestle War match.
Nope, I got wrestle.
No,
I got
I
War
got
Games.
the Dude Love match.
Oh, the Dude Love match. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's like a
This
pretty
is
lethal
like
combination.
in my top 5 on my board
I have it at
for
7.
sure.
30.
Yeah, I'm at
You went
30.
30, so I'm gonna go 35.
Oh no. I'll go.
I mean, I gotta make you pay for this. You know what I mean?
I already spent $40 on a
Love
match.
it.
All right. This is bullshit. You screwed me. Everybody screwed me.
I love Vince McMahon.
This is what's great about having 2 ginormous Bret Hart marks on a show.
Yeah, Justin went 65 and only at 13. And man. All right, I'll go 37.
Ugh.
This is also one of the greatest builds for a match that almost had no build, just because it kind of came out of
Yes.
nowhere.
Are you
'Cause
just
it
trying
had-
to drive up the price on me?
It
This
had
is
a
conspiracy.
It
You all
had-
screwed me.
I'll
it
drive
had
up the price, Ryan. Ready? Bret Hart.
Yeah, Justin called me and said, "Hey, I'm going to say this about Brett versus Steve at Survivor Series."
You have a little luck here. Come on, Brett.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out.
37. I'll
Woo!
take it. Nice.
Damn. Let me ask: if I would have gone 40, would you have gone
I probably would have
41?
maxed out in like the low 40s on it. Maybe 45. Even 40, I was like, man, I just spent 40 on one. You know, it's be down
Yeah.
to $20. Of course,
Yeah.
Justin's at 5. So, I mean,
I almost
might
had
have looked
this
at
one.
Justin's bankroll and been like, I can do it. I'm happy with that. I think it's worth 37.
Absolutely.
I love
Oh,
that.
definitely is.
All right. Update our bankroll here.
Although the one thing I will say, kind of shocking that went for more than Austin Rock at X7.
Yeah, it kind of makes me worried that what people are going to think of Austin Rock at X5. Like,
It's a better
crazy.
match between the ropes. It's not as iconic because it's not Attitude Era, but I think better match to me. No.
Oh,
question.
yeah, for sure. It's for sure a better match. Like, if you just, hey, let's put on a good match. But you taking, yeah, there's no question about that. No question.
Ryan, is my math correct? Are you at $23 right now?
I am.
All right.
Get the ticker. I think the ticker's updated now. So for those of you watching, here's where we stand. We all started with $100. Jesse's at 67. Justin's at 5. Zach is at 58. And I am at 23. Jesse has 1 match. The rest of us have bid and bought 2 matches. All right. Justin, it's your nomination, isn't it?
Nope, I did that one.
No, that was you.
Jesse.
Jesse.
For 2.
Yep.
Yes. Do I go the top of my board or do I try to steal one? Although ethically, this might not be a good pick either. So let's go a little bit higher on the ethical stage.
I know what that was.
Oh, yes. We'll get to that later. So Kurt Angle, SummerSlam 2001.
Yeah.
Bid
A
$2.
flat $10.
Too rich for my blood.
It's $10.
So obviously, this match would be probably a top 5, top 10 Stone Cold match if it wasn't for the finish. The finish still wasn't bad technically because he was a heel, but if they could have gotten to a clean finish, everything leading up to it was just top of the line professional wrestling.
So, not to keep talking about the book, but I covered both of these matches in the book, like on purpose, like the one here and the one the following month at Unforgiven, and like watching them like back to back, like and like really studied them like I did for the book. They should have went with Kurt at SummerSlam. Like it was so like I know that he was in Pittsburgh for the other one, but like you just felt like everything's clicking like for Kurt Angle at that show, and then it's just like, and it like kind of just it kind of crumbles. Like it's you still gets a good match at the next pay-per-view, and he still wins the title, but it's yeah, it's just like just you don't. It is not the right time. They mistimed it. I think.
That's a great point because like they are desperately trying to get everybody to boo Stone Cold.
Yes.
So why not have Angle get the win here, and then they're flip flopping the belt anyways. Have him go over Angle in his own hometown, in Angle's hometown, to get extra heat on Stone Cold.
Yeah, like it really. Like deflating is the wrong word because I don't know that Kurt was like, he I don't think he was like any less popular, but just from like the story part of it, it's like you had to go with it. You had to go with it then, and they didn't, and they held off 1 month. So I just throw that out because it was interesting, like note to kind of watch it back. Because the finish, I'm not as high on the finish. I was kind of like, really? But he's a heel, so how how do you get Steve Austin booed, like as a heel? Like he's got to do that kind of stuff. So 16.
I mean, it's a match before everyone was kicking out of everyone's finishers.
Yes.
And you get the kick out of the stunner, you get the kick
right.
Good.
More than once,
huge at the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's like commonplace, happens all the time, but it didn't in 2001.
Yes.
Did I hear Zach bid 16?
16 for me, fellas. Oh, someone doesn't like
They're
that.
coming for you.
Ambulance is coming for me.
Scott Steiner is dropping into the podcast.
He's got to do the math for us.
Oh my god.
You're at 16. I mean, I only have $23. I don't think I can do it. I think it's between you two, Zach and Jesse.
You can have it.
Wow.
Oh,
16 doll hairs.
Shit. Okay. All right.
Man, I don't know. Zach's resume here is looking pretty good to me.
I mean, I'm very heavy in one area, like one time period. I'm not like diversified right now. Although I do have the rare good Steve Austin heel match.
True.
There's not a lot of those. Although there's a couple.
So Zach is now down to $42, right?
Correct.
Wow, that's a lot of money for only 2 picks left.
For 2 picks, you're right. All right.
That's great.
Jeez.
You're in a great position.
I really got to start spending some dough. I don't want to go home with any money.
Speaking of spending some dough,
auction stuff.
Hey, well, I'll reveal a strategy in a second.
$67, Jesse. One match.
Yeah, I know.
All right. What's your
guess
second?
He's holding to his
nomination
guns.
Yes.
Third round.
Which one of these two? Let's go Canadian Stampede.
Oh, shit.
$20.
Too rich for my blood.
I can't. Yeah, I can't go any higher than that. I got 3 matches left and I'm $23.
This match is such a fun match. It's like it's like a bizarre just wonder of a match. Like it makes absolutely no sense, but it is so much fun to watch. $20. $28.
Dude, if Zach, if you add this to your collection,
Yeah,
you might have this thing
that's
won.
devastating. Because here's the thing:
Gotta
is
add-
this one I know we covered on classics,
Yes.
and I know Kyle made a great argument in the Bret Hart draft that this is, again, using the word apologies. This is Apex Mountain for Bret Hart. Basically, an entire pay-per-view built around him and his faction, with arguably the hottest crowd in wrestling history. And my big takeaway when I watched it is that Stone Cold is the star of this match. Like it is just, his charisma is just out of this world in this match. He's incredible.
Well, and you get the story of, you know, Brett coming home and it's his hometown, but then there's like a meta thing going on too, where the audience is like hating on clearly like the top star that's like nudging Brett out of the way, and that's happening like in front of his hometown, and like so that's at play in terms of like driving some of that reaction, which it just levels it up. It just levels it up.
Yeah. Plus, he gets to go after Stu. So I mean, yeah. This is. Oh, we lost Jesse. Is he not going to bid? He can't take it. He can't take
25 sold.
Yeah.
You were at 28, right, Zach?
Sorry, 28. Yes, 28.
Okay.
28.
Just wanted to make sure there.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked on the classic show about this and how, you know, if you would have also added Sean to that, like that match, the nuclear heat he would have had. But also at the same time, without him there, it lets Austin shine even more because he gets the brunt of like that whole, arguably the hottest crowd in the history of the company. You know, it's up there, and he gets all the heat. I mean, they don't really care that much about booing the rest of it. They don't care about booing the Road Warriors or Gold Dust. You know, it's all about booing Austin. So, he is the star, and then hauling him off and the flipping the bird and the handcuffs and it's just amazing moment.
Great, so great.
Then you have those idiot Hart brothers trying to take the shine off of everybody else by going after Austin.
Yeah.
This is our last moment to shine.
I got a text from Jesse. He is bidding 30.
What?
He's bidding for
Is this legal? Is this legal?
If you're waiting on me, I'm bidding 30. Oh my god. That's amazing.
Oh
Auto
man.
Restarted. Ooh.
30.
You got the funds. You could.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 30. I'm gonna go 35. Let's make him pay. I'm gonna make him pay on this. 35.
Right.
I need this. I need to add this to the collection.
Jesse's computers are starting. Zach is at 35. What do you got? Because he's got 67. I mean, he can go.
I have a feeling I'm not gonna win this one, but I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to make Jesse fork over some of that money. He's got too much.
I don't at this point. I don't know what he's
to make us bankrupt so he can get stuff cheap. I had to get a Hart match,
though. But he's gonna get stuff that he's gonna overpay for at this point.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
he's at 36. Zach.
Oh, of course he is. $1. Come on.
I told you guys $1 rule.
I have $49 left, right?
42.
Oh, geez.
But
so
you only need one more match after this.
So I can go.
You could go up to 41.
You can vote. Yeah, you can bid 41 here for your high.
I am going to go my max bid on this. I'm going to go $41 on the Canadian Stampede. He can have it at 42. He can have it at 42.
All right, we're waiting. I told him 41.
All right. Incredible stuff here.
What would you bid up to on this?
This would be your highest priced match, Zach.
Which is like, I lost my plan of attack an hour ago.
He can afford to, though. I mean, like he's down to his fourth match. You might as well spend.
Yeah.
You're gonna get something in that last round, like a deep cut for $1. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a deep cut for $1.
He won.
I have some in mind, but I don't think they're gonna last.
So that makes it his, right?
Yeah, he
at 42. He gets it. Yeah.
which is the second most for any match tonight. 65 for Mania 13.
Boy, that takes him
I
down
did
to
40 in the Dude Love
25.
match.
And
Holy smokes.
42. Wow. Wowza.
42. All right.
Okay.
Update the ticker.
Wow. Jesse coming in.
Just
He wanted this one bad, clear. Like I think he was waiting to pull the trigger on this. For sure.
All right. So that leaves Jesse with $25. I'll update the ticker.
Okay. Where do we go from here? Because now we're getting interesting, because I think a lot of the big ones
Yeah.
board, at least ones you could maybe talk about as like as in-ring quality plus importance to Stone Cold's career. But there is another one out there when you talk about match quality. I know it is very high up there on our greatest television matches ever.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to go with one of my favorite tag matches of all time. I'm going to bid my $3 I have available to me, and I'm going to go with Redacted and Jericho versus Austin and Triple H from Raw,
The quad match.
May of 2001.
It's a great match. It's a great match. Another heel Austin match.
Yes. How deep do I want to go on this one?
I don't know if I would go over $3 if I were you.
Yeah.
I'd probably call it there.
I only have 23, but then again, I mean, Zach, you got 42. Justin's at 5. Jesse at 25. I'll go $6 on this.
I'll go like $12 on this.
Oh, man.
I'm going to go 12.
Now it becomes a game of, can I let you have this and still have a chance to win?
No. Well, that's part of the reason. Like, I think the combo of 17 and Canadian Stampede, that's tough. I think that's a tough.
Yeah.
That's a tough. That's why, like, I felt like I had to make him spend every penny that I could, so he doesn't sneak into some kind of classic like this one. Like, this is like could be like a sneaky good third match on Jesse's board. So
I mean, there's nobody that doesn't love this match. Obviously, its rewatchability has been hindered a little bit, but I mean, it's still an all-timer. I guess if once again, if you want to play contrarian, is it's kind of the same thing as War Games. Is how important is Stone Cold to this particular match? Because the story of the match is Triple H, his blown quad, and him toughing through that, and in the underdog Benoit and Jericho beating, the two-man power trip. But I mean, Austin was in the match, and it's an all-timer.
I look back on that match and I'm like, it's such a weird, it's so strange that I feel like that Vince greenlit like the title change there. Like, cause they were like in the midst of like trying to get, Austin over as this heel. You had the two-man power trip going, and then like on a random episode of Raw, you just lose the tag team titles after they like really tried to establish both of them as like just vicious heels. And so it makes you just wonder, like, looking back, damn, they could have got a hell of a lot more out of that probably. But man, it was a moment, that's for sure.
For me, they're obviously building kind of the underdog baby faces to, to once again try and get that crowd to boo Austin. The thing that I wonder about is like, what was planned for Triple H coming out of this tag match?
Well, weren't they supposed to feud over the summer? Wasn't Austin and Hunter feuding the plan before the injury?
Oh, that's right.
I'm pretty sure.
I think that was going to be
yeah.
Jesse bid 15, by the way. I don't know if we said that.
15. He's got 20 left.
He has 25.
Oh, I'm gonna go 23. That means that's his max bid, right? He can't bid.
He can't outbid you at 23.
So I'm gonna go 23.
You're taking it?
23?
I'm gonna take it at 23. Yeah.
All right. You got it.
All right. 2 heel
That's a
Stone
heck of
Cold
a
matches.
4-match group you got.
Wow.
All right. Very nice.
Man, I don't
I'm
know.
liking your list here. I have some really good matches that have not been nominated yet that I like still. I don't know if I would have agreed with your Brett take earlier, Justin, but as I start looking at this list of matches we haven't got to yet, I might agree with you on how deep
right?
this resume is.
Like
It's
that, I did
big.
not say that, as softly. It wounded me to have to say that.
Yeah. Damn, it's crazy.
I mean, there's some stuff that we're probably not even going to like break out like that we won't even get to. I think, because that's really, really good. Because
is
of some of that.
Is the math right? Is Zach still has $19 for his last pick?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, or mismanaging of money. Either one.
I don't know. There's still some good stuff on
You're
there.
going to be able to get pretty much whatever you want to fill out your card here.
Yes, I could have gotten. I could have went 18 more on Brett and Steve at 13 though. So what was that?
This is where nominating becomes important. You got to be careful because like with you having $19 still, and like I'm getting down there. I'm getting to the point where it's like I got to be careful. I can't nominate anything I actually want
that you think you want, right?
Yeah,
right.
I got to nominate things I think people are actually going to bid on.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking that in the second round because I was looking at your bankrolls and I was actually going to nominate Hart Austin from Survivor Series as my second nomination when the second round started. But when I looked at the bankrolls, I was like, shoot, I'll get it. So that's why I did War Games, which I kind of wanted War Games, but I knew it would go for a lot. So I was thinking drive someone's money down a little bit.
Well, you did.
Then I still had to pay a lot for it anyways. So $37. Okay.
Is it me?
We're at Zach. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. So with all that madness being said,
there he is. He's back.
He's back. I need to think about this for a quick second.
Jesse, Zach got that tag match. He outbid you.
I got the tag.
You couldn't match. Yeah. I don't know about your strategy, Jesse.
I'll talk about it when we get to it. What are we on?
Okay. Now? I'm about to pick.
Okay.
So
his last pick, if he gets it, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's true. Which is why I'm trying to be so careful here.
And Jesse and Ryan both have enough that they could outbid you if you went all in with your 19.
Yes, 23.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do another tag team match, but a different era. So we'll do the Hollywood Blondes against Flair and
Arn Anderson.
And Arn Anderson, yes.
This was the last one I watched in preparation tonight.
Yes, it's
Clash of the Champions.
Clash of the Champions 23. Correct. I'm gonna put that at $1.
Okay, I'll go 5.
Too rich for my blood.
Justin's out. I matched his total right there.
This kind of match definitely propped up the Hollywood Blondes and Steve Austin, because putting them in the ring with, tippy top guys, specifically Ric Flair. The fly in the ointment of this one is that they lost 2-0 and a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yes. And then like it all goes to hell from there.
But I will say I would have been kind of horrified if we walked away from this draft with not having a Hollywood Blondes match. So I'm glad you nominated it.
Yeah. It's a really good match. Like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good match. I'll go.
Bid 19, 10, coward.
10.
So yeah, if he has money left over, it just doesn't matter.
Yep. Nothing he can do with it.
I just wasted away.
He actually has to pay. If he has $9 left, he has to give us $3 each.
Yes. Damn it.
I have another Blondes match on my list that I like quite a bit too.
Same.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think I know which one.
I am out.
I think I'm going to let you have it for 10.
All right. Okay. I'll take it. Even with $9 to spare. Damn it. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
So you got it for 10. Okay. Clash 23.
And Zach is donezo for the
Done.
draft.
Vote for me. Vote for me.
Just in time to watch the last 42 seconds of this toilet bowl game, Zach, with 13 to 16.
Are they going to win? I think they are going to win.
I don't even know who has the ball. I've been paying attention.
Look at all those. Look at all those Bear fans that are so happy that we're going to go 3. That we're going to be 3-7 after this.
This is one of those games though where you have to win because we have their first round pick.
Oh yeah. This is like one of the
give
most
them a loss.
important games of the year for that.
It
For that
is,
reason,
legit, actually,
like
yes,
legitimately.
strategically.
So I'm glad they won.
So me, Jesse, and Ryan all have 3 picks left. I'm sitting with $5. Jesse 25. Ryan with 23.
This is going to get interesting. All
And
right.
you've got
My
you all have
nomination, right?
3 matches left, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And Ryan's got the next 2 nominations.
Okay, here we go.
And
No
I do
Zach
not
in the
nominate, right?
competition.
Because I'm out.
Correct. Yep.
Right.
You get to tell us about how good or bad our picks are.
I'm just gonna sit back. I wish my fridge was up here and not downstairs.
You paid how much for that?
Oh boy, that's the worst pick ever.
What are you thinking? All right. I got some that are in my, let's see, almost top 10 left. There's some good matches here.
There's some really good matches, guys. I think it's what do you guys make of that? Like, as you mull over the fact that, like, when you look at like his career and you think, oh, certainly Brett has, is way more deep. It's like when you put it on paper and you're actually looking at it like a list, it's pretty impressive.
I know what it is because I've been wrapping around my head around this question and it's because, for one, Brett with the concussion, his career got cut short. But you talk about all the people take a look at what Stone Cold did after 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. That's when you could say, like, if it's sports analogy, that's when he quote unquote padded his stats with matches. That is, which Brett didn't get to do that. And considering the people that Austin got to work with in that time frame, the redacteds, the angles, more matches with The Rock.
Yeah, Triple H. Yeah.
Speaking of The Rock, let's go Austin Rock from Backlash 99.
Fuck. God damn it.
Another one that we talked about. Zach.
That's a tell, folks. That's a tell.
That hurts bad. $1. Say $1.
I'll set this one at a cool $5.
Son
Sorry,
of a
Justin.
bitch. God damn it. This is the one I've been holding my breath. Like, please, I just need these guys to get the money down enough where I can get it for like that $3 that I have. Shit.
Because I think it's a better match than Mania 15. Doesn't
Agree.
get as much attention because it's a lower pay-per-view, but
I think if this match had happened on almost any of the WrestleManias, it would probably be considered the best of the trilogy.
yeah, I agree.
Guys, this is not better than WrestleMania 15, okay?
It is better than WrestleMania 15.
Yeah.
He's got to sell it. He's got to sell
I got to
it.
sell this.
It's just not prestigious. It's not as prestigious and well known, but it's the classic moment with The Rock and the camera.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, there's so much good stuff about this match. What
Yeah,
did
I'm
you
at
bid,
$5.
Ryan? $5. Come on, Jesse.
Providence, Rhode Island, April 25th.
What did this match draw
8.
on pay-per-view? I'm curious.
1.06
$8 from Jesse.
1 point what?
$8. There's a 1.06 buy rate. I don't know how many buys that is. $8.
$8. That's guys. That is a steal.
Man,
Yeah,
big
that's
money
a
here.
steal and a half.
I don't know what.
I go 12.
It is yours.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy
right.
smokes. Wow. That
$12.
that is the steal of the draft right there.
Wow. Wow. How is that going to
390,000
play?
pay-per-view buys, by the way. 390,000 pay-per-view buys.
390. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
For the record, Zach, the Austin Triple H Benoit Jericho Raw match is in my top 5.
Ooh, he's not happy.
Yeah, it's a
Yes, I
great
am
match.
very angry.
I mean, I don't like
I don't think
having.
my-
I don't love having
I can't get your
redacted
computer
on a
right.
list. So, but
All right, I'm down to $11.
Hey, we're
This one.
historians here, Zach. I mean, you got to
Yes.
take the good with the bad,
yeah, well,
even if
for
the bad
sure.
is a murderer.
Yeah, that's like really, really, really fucking bad. But yeah,
Hot take.
You gotta have some
Ugh.
standards. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. My next nomination, as we snake back through. Let's go. Let's see. I got some multi. I don't think I want to go with that one. I could go another rock match. No, I think. Boy, it's hard to pick because I feel like I can get it now if I really want it. I'm gonna go.
Jesse's the high price man right now. $25. You're at 11. I got 5.
I'm gonna go to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, August 1994. The last television match that Ricky Steamboat would work until
Oh, wow.
2009. Clash 28, Austin versus Ricky Steamboat.
Wow. I didn't realize that was in Cedar Rapids. Holy
I
shit.
was supposed to go to that show.
What? How much
I
did
was
you
trying
bid?
to go to that show. What's that?
How much did you bid?
I'll start this one at $2.
Oh man, I could get in on it.
Yeah, you could get. I mean, yeah.
Unfortunately, I got the Stunning Steve match I wanted, so
Yeah,
I'm
right,
out.
right. You already have. Yeah.
Is this his Bash at the Beach match?
Clash
No, it's
28.
Clash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is great to know because we're going to go $5.
Ooh. I'll go 6.
8.
That was 58. For those who.
8.
Ryan, you said this was Steamboat's last match?
It was his last TV match until
Okay.
2009. He worked a few
Okay.
house shows after this, but
So this is the one where he screwed up his back?
yes.
Or it
I-
had,
well,
it
was
had
it
gotten,
on a
it's
house show?
gotten
I can't
bad
remember.
enough. It had gotten
Yeah.
bad enough that
Yeah.
this was the end.
Yeah. You're at 8 and I have $11 and I'll need one match after this. So I want a Stunning Steve match though. Man. Boy. What else do I got on my list?
PN News Clash match is still out
You
there.
guys still out there, guys. Still out there.
A couple tags I'd kind of like to get as deep cuts. I already got a rock match. I'll go 9.
10.
I'm out.
That's it. Yep.
How about
That's it.
that?
Bye-bye.
Got it.
Yours.
Bye-bye.
This is in my top 10.
Really?
Great
Oh
match.
shit.
I loved this match. The fluidity of this match, I could not believe it. What was really pissing me off was Tony and Shivani and Bobby Heenan talking about Hulk Hogan pretty much for about a third of the match.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although in
Rapids have a hospital?
In fairness, though, Heenan saying that he was hoping that Hogan would be dumped in a river. I mean, he was foreshadowing what we're all thinking now.
That's true.
Man, that's a hell of a match to get for $10 though.
That really
loved
is.
this match.
This
Austin
was
loves
on
this
my
match.
long list of stuff I wanted to rewatch in preparation. I wasn't able to get to it in time, so I got to go back and rewatch this one.
There is
second or third match I watched.
There's a ton of good like Steamboat Austin stuff. Like
Oh my
from
gosh.
that era. I mean, like this is a great match, but there's probably like 4 other ones that you could. I think they wrestled on another Clash. There's a Bash at the Beach match.
That's why I asked.
Which
Bash
is
at the Beach.
a really good match. I mean, like the two. I mean, and Austin speaks very highly of Steamboat Edge, obviously. But man, yeah, they had really good chemistry together.
My story on this is I was, let's see, in 5th grade. School year had like just started, late August, and I remember being on the playground that day, and one of my good friends was going that night. We lived like an hour from Cedar Rapids, a little less, and he had an extra ticket, and all these kids on the playground were like just bombarding him, trying to get that extra ticket. I was making my best sell to go to this show, and me and this kid had been friends since like kindergarten. And, like, he used to bring his Hasbros for indoor recess in grade school, and we'd play with them. He brought the whole ring to school one day. And I was like the one that really liked wrestling, and he picked somebody else, and I didn't get to go. I was so pissed. Me and him are still friends though, and he was in my wedding.
Wow, you still let him in your wedding after that?
I know, but I was bummed. I watched it that night on TV with my dad, and I always remember sitting there thinking I should be there. But I feel like I know someone else who was at that show, but it's not coming to me now who it was. But I think Adam Martin, my old colleague from WrestleView.com, I think he was from Cedar Rapids. I'm pretty sure he was at this. But yeah, great match.
So
Bargain,
I don't want to like lead the draft here, but it's a good time to talk with this. Which did you like, the Bash match better or this one better?
Me?
Just in general, all you
one.
got.
Yeah,
this one
for me. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because the Bash one's pretty damn good too.
Jesse, your mic's not working. I don't hear you. Oh,
Can you hear me?
yeah, now
There
I
he
can
is.
hear you. Yep,
Sweet.
there you go. The mic's back.
Mission accomplished. Yeah, I definitely preferred the Clash over the Bash at the Beach, but you're right though. Yeah, that Bash match was very
the
good.
Bash
And a
match
lot of
was really
people hold that in higher regard. And I was like, I like this match a little bit better.
Yeah. I think I do too. But I don't really know why, but I do.
Oh, I'm angry at you, Zach. Still, that Benoit Jericho match.
I know, man.
That was in my top 5.
Vote, folks.
I think at this point, so Zach doesn't get to nominate then?
Nope.
Since he
No,
was-
I'm out. It goes right to Jesse.
All right.
Goes to
Okay.
me.
So we're down to
Just to
Jesse has
confirm.
15.
Yep. Go
You
ahead.
have 5, and I have 11.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. For $1, I am going to nominate one hell of a television match. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Redacted from SmackDown, May 2001.
$1?
$1.
I'll go
I'm-
3.
Oh, well, that rules me out.
Oh, that just stings. That's just mean.
I mean,
Hey,
these
Jesse
are
just did it to me.
No,
You got to get cold-blooded on these.
you do.
6.
Get what you gotta get what you want.
6.
two guys at the absolute top of their game, just freaking delivering here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty darn good.
This is the match that was in Edmonton, right?
Yes.
In Benoit's
Yep.
hometown?
This is the one where Benoit delivered the 10 straight German suplexes.
That's right.
I'm sure that was great
like
for
a match
Austin
that
Snack.
set this up, wasn't it? Right before, was it on Raw?
It was on Raw.
Or-
Mhm.
Raw,
Same
correct?
week. Yep.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
it was a singles match.
Was it a singles match? Okay.
Vince tried to pull the Montreal screw job
Yeah,
for like the
yep.
8th time. And
Oh, that's
Miller-
right.
That's
That's right.
That's right. So okay. So this was like what, 2 weeks after the torn quad? A week and a half?
I think it was a month. Wasn't that match in April? Or was it May 17th?
That match was in
May
April.
21st. May 21st. Yeah, this
Okay.
was like a week and a half later. Because they
Yeah,
had that
wow.
match. Yeah, that's right. that match, and then the next Raw match in this. Okay, you're at 8.
You can go up to 10.
Man.
I think. Boy, this is high on my list too. This is just outside my top 10. I'll let you have it for 8. I'm gonna save my money for something on my list still.
Oh boy,
That's
that's a steal.
That
I
is
have-
crazy.
I have 4 matches in my top 10.
That's crazy.
Your top 10 is the worst.
Thank you. And you still stole one of the ones I really wanted.
So you're down to $7, but your last match left.
Yep.
Right?
Oh
Yeah.
shit,
Justin
yeah.
needs 3, and I need 2.
I need 3
still.
matches. Yep.
So
And Jesse technically has the next 2 nominations.
two noms.
I got to close it out, and this is probably going to might lose me the whole thing, and I don't care because no, I really don't. And it's not awful. It's just not rated as highly. It's just this pretty much glorified him as the man. HBK, WrestleMania 14. I'm going $7.
Ah, shit. God damn it.
I was wondering when that was going to get tossed out. Justin, when you were talking about like matches that might sneak in, I was like, oh man, he may be able to snag. You know?
This is a big one that I was hoping would fall just because, you know, technically speaking, it's not widely considered with the in-ring work because of, you know, the shape of HBK's back and whatnot. But, you know, Steve Austin, world champion for the first time, crowning achievement, WrestleMania 14. And honestly, with how much flack the match gets in-ring, it's still, you know, solid.
It's
still a really
Mike
good match.
Tyson. I mean,
Yeah.
like, that's a huge part of that. It's a good pull. It's a good
A
pull.
ballsy performance from Shawn Michaels in this match.
Yeah.
That
don't
one
even know
kills me,
how.
man. That one kills me.
This one is, yes. This is rated highly for me. I do have 4 matches rated higher, but I mean, for this one put him on the map.
You're at what? So you have $7 left? You bid 7?
I bid the whole thing.
The whole kit and
I
caboodle.
could get
Ryan,
this from you if I wanted.
You
could.
could Ryan can take it. He could just snake this thing right out from under you.
This is not my favorite Shawn and Austin match, I don't think. It's way more historic, though.
Yeah.
Gee, might have been the one that you bought on pay-per-view that you really didn't want after the fact.
I do like that match better, King of the Ring 97.
That is a better match. I mean, like technically.
Yeah.
until you get to the ending, the finish of that one stinks.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. But the meaning, I mean, the unquestionably, like the Mike Tyson element, just the notoriety. The Austin era has begun. Quote, Jim Ross.
You gonna top it, Ryan?
I'm looking at my list of matches, and I'm wondering if I add this just as a moments match, if it will get me more votes. That's what I'm debating in my head right now. Because, man, if I bid on this, Justin, you're going to get some really good ones with like $1 a piece.
Yeah. Yes, there's still. I've got 2 in my top 10 that now I wonder if they're even going to get tossed out.
Holy cow, Zach.
Well, yeah, it makes me
think I know one
rethink
of
if
them.
they should be there.
Yeah. Is one a multi-man?
One is a multi-man, yes.
Yeah.
I have, number 13, 14, and 15 still on my list.
I'll let you have it. $7. You're out. You can have it. I'll be generous. Just because I'm really curious between me and Justin, what's going to come up here.
I want to see this battle happen.
There are 3 matches in here where I'm like, they're better than what I just took, but because, like, again, the crowning moment, Austin, here we go. He's the company man. I had to take it.
I can't fault you.
I really don't
good
like
pick.
going up against Ryan right now when he has so much more money.
When he's
than
got
me.
all the cash.
$11.
Because, like,
11 versus 5.
Especially where
He
I'm
needs 3
nominating
matches.
here.
Yeah.
Oh man,
You got to throw and everything? Yeah, man.
Oh shit! All right. All right. What do I do here, guys? What do I do here? I am going to go with, for $1, Steve Austin's first WWE pay-per-view main event. One of the greatest 4-ways ever. In your house, Final Four. Bret Hart for Steve Austin versus Undertaker and Vader. And it probably should have been fake Diesel, but oh well.
This was the multi-man match that I just...
Right?
What's that?
$1 on this?
$1.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Zach. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, this was the multi-man match on my list in the top 10.
I'll withhold my comments until one
that I had mentioned before.
No, do your comments now. That's what I've been doing the entire draft is
sure
influence us, man.
I have this a lot lower because he was the first one eliminated in it.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was a very good match, and it's rated obviously high by Meltzer and a bunch of others, but because he was eliminated first.
He did come back out for the finish, though.
Right. He was in. If he was in the final two, you can definitely elevate this. But for me, I have this outside of my top 25 because of that.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah, I had this way higher than that. Yeah.
As a match, yes, it's way up there. But because Austin was the first one gone, that knocks some points down for me.
Yeah. It's valid.
All that being said, I'm going to take it for $3. Sorry, Justin. I know you can't match that.
It's a hell of a match.
I want to know. I want to know is if Justin did Justin throw that out there because he knew you would like it.
I was
But
curious.
it's not what he wanted ultimately to get in the end. This is where the drama lies.
Watch Justin take the 3 matches that I had higher than the HBK.
Austin Ryan could just take another one. That's true.
And you might as well just hand Justin the draft after that.
That was the epitome of like, I got to nominate something which I would be A-okay getting, but also that I know I'm probably going to lose.
Right.
Okay.
Ryan's got 2 noms. Well, actually, I guess... But
so it's 2 noms and 3 matches, right? So you could snake both.
Yeah, I need one more match, and I've got $8
doll hairs.
So you could like pretty much call whatever if you want. Yeah.
Go with your favorite.
I am so excited to see what this pick is going to be because there's a lot of good ones left.
This is where I'm like debating: do I go for a name value match or just one I really like? That's a deep cut because it's my 5th match. Like, do I go for a Vince McMahon WrestleMania 26 style match here?
Okay,
I won't go that far.
It's so funny that you mentioned it though, because I don't want to like lead it, but I kind of do. Who is going to buy St. Valentine's Day Massacre, Vince versus Austin? Who's buying that one? I want to know. Because
if that would have even just been a little bit better. Because going into that match, that felt like the biggest thing ever.
Huge. Huge. And then inside the cage, like they pulled out, like it was like a specialty kind of pay-per-view when they did it, like because they did it actually on Valentine's Day. Like it was it's not like it's one of those matches that you look back on it and you're like, play it with the sound off, and it's like, this is nothing special. But turn the sound on that. It is full on babyface Austin, heel McMahon. Like everybody's so into it. So it's better than Bret versus Vince at 26.
If this was a Paul White draft, it might even sneak in there too. And even though he wasn't actually wrestling,
yeah.
Boy, this is tough because I can get whatever I want, but then at the same time, I kind of want to live another day and go have a back and forth with Justin.
Boy, you got
to go through 2 nominations, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you got to pick right.
So I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, this is
pick with your heart, man. Pick with your heart. That's how you win these.
Hey, there's a lot on the line here, man. There's pride on the line.
I got a time limit draw match on here that I really like. I got a multi-man. I got another Hollywood Blondes match. Got another tag. No one's gone for Rock Mania 19. But I already have an Austin Rock match. I'm going to throw out for $1 Austin and Michaels teaming against Owen and Bulldog. Raw, May 26, 97. The tag title change. $1.
Number 1 rated match
Dun,
left
dun,
on
dun,
my
dun.
list.
Just watched this morning before work. Again.
This is a really, really, really good match. And it's yours.
Oh, wow. $1. All
Wow,
right.
$1. Crazy.
And I'm out with $7 to spare.
Well played, sir.
Yeah.
So, Justin, you're just going to get to pick 3 matches, I think.
3 matches after you waited long, and now we get to finally see the madness
Is this your
behind this.
strategy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this what you wanted to do?
Kind of, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, man.
The Rock Backlash 99, that one really hurt me. The WrestleMania 14, that one really hurt me. If I could, if one of those two could have still been on the board, I would be a very happy camper. But alas, they are not. For $3, I am going to take the last of the WrestleMania trilogy, WrestleMania 19. And I am not just saying this because I'm drafting it. I actually prefer this one over 15. I know Austin was not in good shape here. There's a tremendous documentary that WWE put out on the WrestleMania 20 DVD about
Incredible.
the lead up into this show in both Angle and Austin. Jesse?
I'm gonna wait. I was actually gonna ask Zach if he had if he detailed this at all in his book. So finish this, Justin.
Well, it's just the story going in is, I think it was Austin and Ross, or Jim Ross, were the only ones who kind of knew that this was the last ride for him. He apparently was super dehydrated and just slamming Red Bulls. And was it the morning of or the night before? You guys recall?
Day before. It was the day before.
Okay. Which he basically almost ended up in the hospital, or did end up in the hospital.
Did end up in the hospital. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Take it away, Zach. Tell the story, man.
Oh, no. You're doing good. No, but I mean, you hit it. It's just messed up. And bad, just anxiety attack times 10 in the hospital. And I believe it changed plans the next day. I think there was some talk about having that match be the main event. And then it wasn't.
Oh, wow.
Because of the quality of the match that they couldn't end up having. But yeah, that's the story. That's the story. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
a heck of a match, man. It's dramatic. I remember watching this match this was the first time when it happened. Being having no real reason to believe it other than just the tone of everything, and just thinking that's his last match. That's going to be his last match. Just the way it all played out in the middle of the show. And again, there was no reason to think that other than what was happening in the ring, which is still cool to look back, because there wasn't if he beats him, his career's over or anything like that. But just the tone and the tenor, the look on his face,
mm-hmm.
You just knew. And I thought that was always a cool part of that match.
Yeah.
For me.
And after the finish, you could see Rock talking to Austin in the middle of the ring. And in that, I think it was in the documentary, they asked, God, who was it? They asked Rock what he said to him. He's like, nope, that's between me and Austin. And then they went to Austin. It's like, what did he say to you? And Austin was just said, I love you. I appreciate everything you've done for me. And so kind of an incredible capstone to one of the greatest feuds of all time, Rock and Austin, WrestleMania 19.
I love the finish to that match too. There's because they do the 3 rock bottoms at the end, all in a row. And the last one, like Rock gets him up in it and then like waits like a a quarter of a second just to like, and it's like so well timed. It's just like you just wait and it's just like, okay, like this is gonna be over now. And then he just plants him with it. Like the sell job from Austin is great. He's like he folds up like an accordion. Like I love that finish. It's so dramatic and like perfect for like a last match.
I probably would have picked this in my spot if I didn't already have the Rock match from Backlash. I thought I'd be saturating, even though it's a really good match, if I had 2 Austin Rock matches. But I was really considering it too. I really like this match. I like it better than 15 too. I would agree with that.
So I have 3 matches on my board right now, and I got 2 picks left. And I think all 3 of them, at least 2 of them are oddball picks. So I'm going to go with the least oddball of them. For my 4th pick of the draft, I am going In Your House, Beware of the Dog, Part 2, Caribbean strap match against Savio Vega. To me, this was kind of the announcement to the WWF universe at the time of Stone Cold's here. This match, and I generally don't like this version of a strap match where it's to the 4 corners, but these 2 guys just pulled it off tremendously. This is actually the last match I watched before I came into this draft. It had the added stipulations of if Savio won, Ted DiBiase was out of the World Wrestling Federation. If Stone Cold won, then Savio had to be their chauffeur, which added a nice little extra layer to it. Just a really fun strap match that I'd highly recommend anybody who hasn't seen it or hasn't seen it recently, go back and check it out because it's just tremendous work.
Great match. Yeah. They have a WrestleMania match too, but I think I like this one better. And yeah, it's like Austin. This is like pre, injury Austin, so you really get like to see him like work, and it's not as much. I mean, there is brawling, but like, he's like he doesn't have all the injury problems at that time, and so like he's able to kind of just have like a real burner of a match. And yeah, really good pick.
That's the thing I wanted to bring up with him is he's one of the few wrestlers that if you just kind of like silhouetted him, he's like one of the easiest guys ever to pick out that's who's moving around in the ring right now. The way he throws punches is incredibly unique. The way he sells, like especially going over the top rope in this match is just top of the line, but just the way he moves in a ring, everything has intention and it feels unique.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys, nothing else on that match? Jesse, Ryan, didn't care for it?
I haven't seen it in a long time. I like it. I saw Rick had mentioned it in the group tonight too. I think on the post where I called out we were doing this tonight, and he said like arguably the best 4-way match of all time, talking about Final Four. He mentioned the Savio match. Right. Yeah. It's a good, really good match. I need to rewatch it. It's been a long time since I've seen this.
Yeah, it was just outside my top 20.
All right. Well, I'm guessing my last pick is going to be way outside your top 20. I think actually the match itself, I don't think is really considered all that good by wrestling fans, but kind of like along the same lines as this one, or, the strap match announcing Stone Cold to the world. To me, this solidifies him. It's smack dab in between the Bret Hart match at Survivor Series and WrestleMania 13. He is the star of the show for almost an hour, 45 minutes. It's 1997 Royal Rumble. This was the meme machine, Stone Cold in this match. Go back. This is another one I went back and watched. Dude is fucking incredible in this. Just everything he does is a star. A star is doing this.
I'll
That is
let
an
you.
Picked
awesome
it.
pick.
I would not have thought to have picked this, but I like your strategy. I like it as a pick, and just the way that you explained it. Yeah.
I was gonna say I'll let you guys give commentary on the rest of this if you want to, but the 2001 Royal Rumble was not picked.
And I thought about that one. That's obviously a better Royal Rumble, but just if you go back and watch it just for Stone Cold, this was his first Royal Rumble win. The shit ass heel, the way he won it was fantastic. It hadn't been done before in Royal Rumble history. It's so good. Looking at the watch, just an all
The
timer.
watch, yeah.
Oh, everything about it is so good. But yeah, I mean, top to bottom, 2001, better Royal Rumble. But as far as Stone Cold Steve Austin goes, I think this is more important.
I would not have had this on my list, but I think you sell it really well because it was that. I mean, it was like a coming out party in a lot of ways, and not just from like for him to have that moment, like they had to give him the ball and say, okay, hey, we're gonna build this part of the match around you, and then you have to deliver on that. And I think he did.
And this was after the previous year where he was supposed to be in the final four, but he fucked it up. He slipped. He
messed it
got
up.
eliminated.
Yeah,
but they still gave him this chance. And I think he was in the ring for 45 minutes. And I think he had like 10 eliminations. I mean, he was in the diesel spot in this and he delivered.
Yeah. Great pick, man. That is a deep cut for sure. I like it. I like it. Good stuff.
My other consideration for my last pick, what I was going to pick, and it's not even like it's not all that good, but as far as like what I was expecting and how it delivered was the Kevin Owens WrestleMania 38 match. I was really worried about that going in, but I thought they did a really great job.
Yes, they did. That was like, I remember being like, dude, he's taking vertical suplexes out on in the audience. Like, what is happening here? This is pretty cool.
I thought maybe that's where you were going when you started in on your last pick, but yeah.
I came real close. I was going back and forth, but I just think 97 is more important. And I think I got the better retirement match with WrestleMania 19.
True.
Fair point. Yes. Yes.
Well, we got all our picks in now. I mean, we can talk about matches that didn't get in if you want here in a second. I mean, a lot of the people listening on the podcast feed, they're not looking at the scroll that I have going now, so they might have forgotten who got which match. I can run through them here real quick for those of you listening on the podcast feed. So we've all got all 5 of our matches. Jesse's matches are as follows: versus The Rock at WrestleMania 17, the 10-man at Canadian Stampede 97, the match against Ricky Steamboat at Clash 28, the match against Clay May of 2001, and against Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 14.
Good draft, Jesse. Good draft.
Very good.
I'm very thrilled. I'm just worried I'm going to lose the vote online because of drafting the match with redacted.
I think you should be more concerned about the Steamboat match than the redacted one. In my opinion.
Right. That's where I encourage people to go watch that match.
Yeah,
It was that good to me.
It was
I
on
love that
one
match.
of his DVD sets. I know that. Like, it was on one of his first DVD sets, I think. And I think maybe even in the liner notes he wrote about why he liked that match so much. And yeah, it's a great match. It's definitely a deep cut. I think the hardcores will recognize it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Justin has versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13.
That's a pretty good match.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's an okay pick.
You only have my top
That's all
2. No big deal.
I mean, you've got 2 5-star matches, right? Isn't War
I do.
Games from WrestleWar 92 also a 5-star match? He has that one. He has the match against The Rock at WrestleMania 19. The strap match against Savio Vega from In Your House, Beware of Dog, May 96. And the 1997 Royal Rumble match at the Alamo Dome. That is a great collection. Very good.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Zach, the resident Steve Austin historian, has the 3 Stages of Hell match against Hunter Hearst Helmsley at No Way Out 01.
Very good.
The match against The Rock at WrestleMania 15. the match against Kurt Angle at SummerSlam 2001, the tag match alongside Triple H against Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho from Raw May 2001, the torn quad match, and lastly, the Hollywood Blondes against Arn Anderson and Ric Flair, Clash 23.
See, if I could, so I think I have a diverse list of matches.
Mhm.
If I could redo it, seeing how the rest of it played out, I think I would have tossed back Angle 01 if I could redo. It's a good match, but I don't know how much it resonates with people though. Like I'm worried that people will remember the finish and be like, oh, that's crappy heel Austin. Negative. That's so if I could have that one back, that's what I would take back. The rest I'm like, solid.
I think it's a great collection. I think that is pretty tough to top. You guys, all of them are really good. I'm not sure about mine now. Here's what I have. I have against Dude Love at Over the Edge 98.
Humper.
Classic.
Yeah. Against Bret Hart, Survivor Series 96.
Humper.
Versus The Rock at Backlash 99.
Humper, you're a dick.
What are you talking about? You're loaded.
The Final Four match at In Your House, February
Humper,
97,
still a
Final
dick.
Four. But then this last one is what I'm worried about. Exactly what you said, Zach, about resonating with people. So alongside HBK winning the tag titles from Owen and Bulldog, Raw, May 1997. I watched that this morning. I can remember watching that match when it happened. And so for me, it has some nostalgia, but I'm wondering if other people will remember it or not when they're looking at the whole collection of 5, because it's not a pay-per-view match. And it's not as iconic as like the torn quad match.
In my eyes, it ranks 3rd on your list.
Wow.
It's a great match.
I loved it.
Go back
it's a
and
great
watch
match.
Yeah.
Really good match.
Yeah, go ahead, Jesse. What were you going to say?
No, I was just gonna. That's exactly what I was gonna say. I think I had it 12th or 13th on my list because just the pure factor they won the tag titles, and then I'm not as high on. Like I said, I dropped the Fatal 4-Way, like I said earlier, just because of Austin getting eliminated so early. His involvement in the match, because the match is, like I said, I think all of your matches might be the best collection of matches. You just have to kind of keep in mind just kind of his placement, I would say, just in that Fatal 4-Way only. Your 5 are great.
Yeah.
That tag match, so I watched it this morning, and I take my 2 oldest daughters to school, and I turned this on this morning while I was having breakfast, and we were watching it, and first my older daughter, who's really getting into wrestling now, she's like, oh, well, old wrestling? I haven't really got her into old wrestling. She likes new wrestling. I'm like, no, watch this. I made her watch the old Raw intro. And God, I mean, Shawn really shines in this match. He is so fast and all over the place. And of course, this is his first match after his knee injury with Brett watching from the top of the ramp. And he is just all over the place. And then Austin, like the brawling to coincide, or, go in contrast with Shawn, and he's just bumping all over the place, and he's sliding all over there's one point where Shawn like comes off the ropes and baseball slides through someone's, I can't remember if it's Bulldog or Owen, his legs, and he's just moving around so quick. And then he tags in Austin's just beating the hell out of everybody, and then there's the brawl at the end. It's so good. Like I said, I remember watching it. I can even remember what I did after the match. So like this is a Iowa thing.
Was it on Memorial Day?
I believe so. What was it?
Because it's May 26, 97.
Yeah, so it would have been. Yeah, because then we would have been off from school. That's right. So I would have been, 8th grade, 7th grade, something like that. But for our listeners from the area Justin and I are, and I know a few people, shout out Gabe Benson, who's probably listening. Justin, you remember the old it was 4 Queens on the east side of Waterloo? Like the original one over by where like the Family Video got built. It was like across the street from there. Really kind of like rinky dink, old school Dairy Queen structure, but it was 4 Queens, I think.
Yeah.
We went there right after I watched this match. I can like remember being in the car after watching this match with my siblings and my youngest brother and just like raving about this match and going to get ice cream and sitting there outside on the summer night, eating an ice cream cone, talking about this match. It's like burned into my head. I can put myself in the moment watching it. So when I nominated it for $1, I was curious, like, if you would go after it at all, but I really kind of wanted it just for that nostalgia factor. This was
I
pretty
I
high
didn't
on my list.
I didn't have any ice cream after I saw that match,
Yeah.
so I couldn't bid on it.
It was high on my list as a deep cut for sure. But I had other ones too, like that didn't even get called out. I really, really like the time limit draw he had with Dustin Rhodes at Havoc 91.
I was gonna ask like where, because there's a couple Dustin matches. There's also is there a 90? Yes, Starcade. Like that's a really good one. He's got a lot of good matches with Dustin in WCW.
Yeah.
That I wondered whether or not those would get tossed out. Yeah, I was gonna ask that exact question. Yeah.
Yeah, I had that kind of in my next tier. Like I thought, I had a section where I just labeled it deep cuts at the end, and I was thinking about throwing that out. I had Austin HBK from King of the Ring, 97 in that area. I had, let's see what else. Austin and Angle against Jericho and Rock from SmackDown, November 01.
Did anybody consider? I didn't, just because I mean it's a great match, but I didn't feel like it was important to Austin anyway. The Survivor Series 01?
Yes,
Okay.
it's high on my list.
I think that's a big one that didn't get drafted.
Yeah.
The 6-pack match, 2000 Armageddon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another
that
one
one
that
on
is
my
highly
list.
rated.
I strongly considered Austin finally getting a victory over Bret Hart at Revenge of the Taker in your house, but like once again, just didn't like the finish at all. Him getting a disqualification finish, but still a good match. It's just nothing compared to their first two.
I had the other Hollywood Blondes match I had was the Power Hour match where they win the tag titles against Steamboat and Shane Douglas.
Yep.
Yeah, I had that.
Yeah,
on my
that's a
list
really
too.
good one.
Very high on my list. Yep.
That's a deep
thought about
That's a
nominating
deep cut
that.
too, man.
Yeah, I thought about that for my fifth one when I could get whatever I threw out. I was going back and forth between that one and the Owen Bulldog match, and I went with Owen Bulldog because it was a time period. It's WWF, he's stone cold by that point, so I thought for the voters more people might recognize that one. But
And the ice cream,
back and forth, and the ice cream connection. You can't
The
go wrong
cream.
with ice cream afterward.
No, not at all.
How about the triple threat from No Mercy? Did anybody consider that one? I actually rewatched that one in preparation and liked it. But I honestly didn't think it was as good as, even considering the finish at SummerSlam, I didn't think it was as good as the Angle match.
It was the last match I
consider
watched.
it, but I think it's good.
Yeah,
What about
that
the
would have
fact
been a
that
hard
there's-
pick.
Yeah. There's not a single Undertaker match on our lists, which I think is surprising just because they wrestled so much. I mean, they had the thing in 1998. Yeah, they had. I mean,
classics. Yeah,
it's crazy because like they're two of the biggest stars that the company had at that time, and they wrestled a lot. Like when you look back at like Austin's run, like he wrestles Undertaker all the freaking time. Like 98, he's wrestling him. 1999, the corporate ministry and all that, he's wrestling him. As soon as he turns heel, he's wrestling him again. Like he's always matched up, and I would venture to say that they don't ever really click in a match that I go, oh, like they're fine. Like they're fine, but they're not. I could name probably 20 matches now that are better than them.
In volume alone, with how many matches they had, you would think they would have one classic. Or one above 4-star match. And I think the closest they ever got was SummerSlam. And that's just a hugely flawed match that we recently covered in classics. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. That's what the Undertaker matches ended up being.
Yeah. Did anybody
My only other
that one out?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't either.
I only had one other deep cut, and it was Brian Pillman at Clash 25, November 93.
That was one I wanted to rewatch. I just couldn't get to it.
Mm-hmm. Holds up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Zach. Any others that you had on your list that we didn't hit?
Let's see. Now you guys talked about them. I had the Power Hour match on there for sure. I I had as a super deep cut, depending on how the draft went. Like this was not going to be on anybody's list and wouldn't resonate. But there's a match out there that I watched. It's 1997 Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Goldust on Shotgun Saturday Night. And it's like 7 minutes long, and it's not a good match. But, Shotgun Saturday Night is like, Steve Austin in 1997 was way too big for Shotgun Saturday Night. And this match is like a hidden gem on that show. And you watch it and you're just like, holy crap. Like, the crowd's like right on top of them. It's a really cool match. Again, not one that's going to be like picked here, but if we had like a deep cut section or like, here, go watch something cool that's really rare, this is a cool one. It's 7 minutes of your time. Like, it's worth it. But yeah, that's a fun one too.
We almost think higher of Steve Austin and Dustin Rhodes as opposed to Steve Austin and The Undertaker in this pod right now.
I think I do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I wouldn't argue.
Sure. Yeah.
Those
in terms
early
of buy
shotgun
rates,
shows,
probably.
though, I mean, they were wild. I loved it when they were actually doing it in the bars. We reviewed, I think, the first one that they ever did on Classics.
This match is
Or was
in
it
the bar.
second
Like
one? It was one of the first ones.
That show
Yeah, this is that
like,
setting though. It's when it's in the bar. Yeah, right.
It's in the bar, and it's just like, whoa, like this is like, it feels weird because it's like, again, it's 1997 already. I don't remember the month that it was. I think it was like summer of 1997. So before Owen for sure. So right before like it really gets hot, but he's still, he's had the Brett match already, and it's so crazy. It's a fun match.
January 18th, 97. Would that be it?
Is that it? Yeah, maybe that's it. So maybe it's before the Brett match. Yeah. That sounds right.
Yeah, it's not very long, but yeah, I think that.
No, it's like 4 minutes or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's real early because it started January 4th was the first one. So that was like the third episode of Shotgun. Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, but it's weird seeing him in that setting, but also really cool. It's like seeing your favorite band in like a club.
Wasn't I think Bret Hart was on one of those Shotguns, wasn't he, when they were in the bar?
Gosh, you know better than me. I don't know.
Yeah, he takes on Bret Hart versus Mankind, January 25th, 97.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, that's wild to think. It's on a YouTube channel. I can send you guys in the chat. Yep, it's in a bar.
That's before bedtime viewing. That's probably the only thing I'll watch before I go to bed is that match.
It is, let's see, that was it's at Webster Hall. It looks like a bar. It's like a concert venue. So yeah, it's like a nightclub.
Yeah. Yeah, it fits. It fits like the Shotgun Saturday Night like thing.
I'll send the link to it in the private chat right now. It's on a YouTube channel. It's got a lot of good stuff. You guys will recognize the name.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Shotgun.
Yeah. Nice. I love the deep cuts though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll have to check out the Goldust one. I think I have seen that, but it's been a while.
It's cool. Again, it's not it's not a Kenny Omega match. Let's put it that way. But
they
it's
don't
still
have to be. They don't all have to.
Yeah, they don't have to be. It's cool. It's a good match.
This pod went way longer than I was expecting. We're coming in at 2.5 hours. I'm not trying to get Zach divorced. That couch behind you, Zach. I don't want you having to sleep on that.
Think about that. Sleep over there. Yeah. No, all good. I expected it to go long, so I am.
All right, let's go another 45 minutes, get to 3 hours, 16 minutes, and then we'll call it good.
Someone see if Kyle Ross is awake.
You know that, the crazy thing is we could probably have again, I'm not necessarily advocating for this, but we could probably have, 5 more rounds and still have strong matches for left for everybody to take. I think that's just an interesting part of doing this show is that there's a lot of good Steve Austin matches. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that he's somebody that you think of that you think big star and you think, huge act and all that and some really memorable matches. But when you open the hood on it, it's no, there's a lot of good stuff there throughout, his whole career from the very
And
beginning.
and kind of what you were talking about with your book is defined eras
Yeah, right.
too. Which I was curious if anybody was going to take any of his ECW matches, which didn't happen, or nor talked about.
The only one I even thought of, because I think he only had a couple, was of course the triple threat before he left with Sandman and Mikey Whipwreck.
Yeah,
which I've never seen. So I
oh, you got to see that.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll do.
Steve-a-mania.
There's also good like matches. Again, he has his rookie year. He has like a feud with Gentleman Chris Adams in the USWA, and like, again, they're not Kenny Omega matches, but there's like a barbed wire match that they do. There's like an I Quit match. I think if my memory serves me right, they had a lot of matches, and that's a really good feud or an important feud for him in his career.
This was a blast. I think, Zach, you're going to have to get the presses stopped. You're going to have to add onto your book an addendum that says, by the way, perfect companion piece for this book.
Yes, I know.
The Steve Austin draft I did. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Like, it's funny that you bring that up because as we were going through, I was thinking, I was like, man, like, this is going to be this is so far like because, I'm writing the book, I'm doing my thing and, writing it based on what I think, of course, and picking out the matches that make sense. And many of them, I would say like 90% of them are ones we talked about, which is like a good thing. And there's a ton of deep cuts in there too, because I go way, way back. But it also is like, all right, Zach, like if nothing else, you were on track with some of the key matches that you picked, and this is a good thing. At least 3 other people agreed with your assessment on what's important and what's not. So this was really fun, and it is an awesome companion piece for sure.
I hope the listeners enjoy. It's been a long time since we've done a draft. This is one we've talked about for a while, kind of off and on in doing, and then when we were closing in on episode 316, it only made sense, and so. We've kind of been eyeing the calendar. I remember a couple of months ago when we were doing our schedule on Google Docs, I kind of like pieced out around when episode 316 would be. And that's when I first reached out to you, Zach. And I'm like, in about 2 months from now, bookmark this on your calendar.
And
so
I did immediately. I was like, hell yes, I don't want to miss that. So thank you guys for having me. It's been awesome. And book will be out soon and everybody can take their Steve Austin enjoyment to another level.
Promote your other stuff too. What all you got going on?
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, SEScoops.com with Ryan, like doing our thing over there. Just get your news fix and also listen to our podcast. We've been up on the air with the SEScoops podcast for about a little over 2 months. And so you can check that out every Tuesday night on YouTube, like right in the middle of NXT. We try to go on the air and just talk the news of the week. Sometimes we have 10 topics and sometimes we have 2. It just kind of depends, and so we go from there. And also, have a little bit of a side shop too. Brass Ring Media. You can follow us on Twitter at brassring_media. Brand new project coming out of the work I was doing at the Torch, and would love for you to check out some of our free stuff. And if you like what you hear here and want more of that, you can find us on Patreon, patreon.com/brassringmedia.
I am a member. Well worth it. Yeah. The Discord, the private Discord that you guys have, great for chat as well. Companion piece. We have the Facebook group. You guys got the Discord. I check in on there. I lurk on there once in a while.
Yeah. Same type of idea, fun wrestling discussion, not on Twitter. And, that's nothing wrong with that these days.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah.
Dude.
Very nice. Well, always great to have you. This was a lot of fun. Justin and Jesse. Thank you. Hopefully, I'll wish you best of luck, but secretly I'm hoping I win. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe Zach should just win, so there's no hard feelings.
Yeah,
I'm just glad technology and the internet kicked the guy wearing a rock shirt off of the Stone Cold draft.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, classic.
I didn't have anything in my closet, so I just grew the goatee.
You're fine. It's fine.
Well, hope you all enjoyed. You can let us know what you thought. You can vote in the poll on social media when I get the graphic made and the podcast up and everything. It'll probably be at some point this weekend. Otherwise, let them know in the Facebook group what you're thinking. And if you're not in our Facebook group, Search it, Top Rope Nation Pro Wrestling Discussion. Join the Patreon page. We're at over 115 bonus shows on there. We'll have a new edition of Classics coming later this month. We will have new TRN Unplugged coming on the Patreon page from Jesse very soon. Probably an edition of Top Rope Nation Extra this month as well. So stay tuned on that. That is the number one way to support Top Rope Nation. So episode 316 in the books. We hope you all have a great weekend. So for Zach Haydorn and Jesse Velasquez and Justin Joints, I am Ryan Drosty. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you next time.